Welcome back, everybody, to Phil's Recap and Review. Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 10, the season finale, The Winds of Winter. And we are back here today, and all I gotta say is King of the North! I don't know what I'm more excited about. Jon getting crowned King of the motherfucking North, or seeing Arya chop up some motherfucking fries, feed the fucking pie to Walda Frey. Walda Frey is dead, goddammit! Fucking dead! Fucking dead! Fucking dead! Dead!
Dead.
Oh, fucking dead. I'm so excited about this episode. We're going to get way into this episode. I got with me a lot of my friends here. We got Joe Dirty Locks, Katie Crow, Carmine from Red Team Review. We're going to get their thoughts in a second. But what an episode. I just have to say right off the bat, I have to think about this for 1 second, but I'm saying it. It's my favorite season finale of Game of Thrones yet. I still like last week's episode a bit better, but this episode, they really knew how to balance predicting things for next season and pushing things for next season, wrapping up storylines, and still making it exciting after that episode. I love this fucking director. He's great. He should direct all the episodes of Game of Thrones that are left. But everyone, welcome. Welcome. If you want to reach us, you can always call in at 914-205-5689. The phone lines are open already. Get on in there. You can also text us at 781-990-8509, or more importantly, jump in the motherfucking live chat. Holy shit, we got the motherfucking chat. Also in the Discord group, if you want to message me in the Discord group, just send me a private message over there to get your questions. But we have so many friends, so much to talk about. I honestly, after this episode, this is one of those ones, I'm totally overwhelmed. I don't even know where to start. So where I'm going to start is over here with you awesome fucking guests that we have here tonight. Carmine, what'd you think of this episode?
I gotta agree with you. Like, for me, the best finale has been the Season 1 finale. That one completely blew me away. But this one... Oh my God! Oh, I love this one. You don't agree, Katie?
No. Oh, I was agreeing.
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah! It is the best finale we've ever gotten.
You're not a very smart boy, are you?
Yeah. Joe and Katie, what do you guys think? If you think it isn't the best finale, you can just get off the podcast right the fuck now. No, I'm kidding. I mean, obviously. We can get into slightly nitpicky thingies here and there that we're going to get into in this episode because that's all I know how to do. But for the most part, I have to say this episode was, comparatively to last week, an almost near perfect episode of Game of Thrones. But Joe and Katie, what do you guys think of this episode?
I loved it. I had one point of disappointment, but other than that, loved it. Loved it.
It's a close second behind Season 1 finale for me, but
very lady-centric.
Great episode.
They are really going feminist with this show.
Well, you know what they say, all men must die, and
and the women live on.
Boy, I got a fridge in my room. I laughed, I cried. It was a fucking amazing episode, beginning to end.
I was only disappointed with one thing.
What were you disappointed in? Just curious.
Wildfire effect.
Oh, okay. We'll get into that right at the beginning then. That was one of the first things we're going to talk about. But I have to say, the thing about this episode I like the most is, again, how it was directed and how it was edited. A lot of times this season, we've all got out here, we bitched a little bit about how something doesn't spend enough time here, doesn't transition well here. This episode had the best... And I know I'm a victim of the moment. I always say the best. I think, oh my God, hype, crazy. But ultimately, really, this episode had such an amazing way it transitioned from. I talk a lot about Better Call Saul and the way Vince Gilligan and Breaking Bad that they transition from scenes to scenes. This almost reminded me of that. Like there were certain scenes where I didn't even know the first scene was over. It made it almost somewhat, and not in a bad way, but difficult to take notes because I'm like, is this scene over? No, we're into the next scene. Shit. And the way it all floated together with that piano piece at the beginning of the episode and that whole big set piece going on at the start with the Cersei's evil emperor rise to power. We'll get into maybe some of your gripes with the wildfire and how that handled itself, but just so well put together. Then we hit every single fucking storyline. We got to see fucking Old Town. Joe, I know that means a lot to you. We got to see Sam in Old Town. It's just such great stuff. Let's jump into the live.
That was a second part I was a little disappointed with. I was a little let down that his dad didn't come after him. What? He didn't find his son who stole the big fucking family heirloom?
He did have a bit of a head start, but yeah.
He had a bit of a... How could Sam have a bit of a head start? It takes him a while to run all over the place. Not even that, but Jesus Christ.
But What I'm hoping we come to find out later is maybe he's busy because Lady Olenna sent him a raven to kind of head with her to Dorne and start organizing some of what's left of the Tully forces and stuff with Mace gone now. So maybe she's reaching out to Sam's father and he has more important business at a different place. So we'll see him at the beginning of next season. Maybe I'm fansplaining that a little bit in my head.
He's a big Lannister ally, though.
Yeah. No, isn't he a banner of the House Tyrell?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he was.
Is Sam's father is a banner of House Tyrell, right?
Yes, Sam's father, Randall Tarley, is usually, whenever Mace Tyrell goes to battle, like, Randall is right behind him, and Mace usually has him do, like, everything, so.
And do I have to say this? And I'm going to say it right now, and you guys can bite off my... Was this the best Dorne scene we've gotten?
It
was tolerable.
It did not suck dick.
It did not suck because Lady Olenna spoke for the fans. When the fans
I don't know if that made it an awesome Dorne episode. If it actually sucked dick too.
Oh, I guess
it would have felt good, Katie. It would have felt good. But I liked how she put the sand snakes exactly where. Don't put the sand snakes. She told the sand snakes where to shove it up their ass. Listen, kids, adults are talking here. Shut up. What's your name? Bob? Bari? Whatever. You look like a guy. I don't want to hear. Barbara.
Oh, she's beautiful.
So fucking.
Olenna.
So good. Dorne Hub. I laughed so hard during Dorne says. Danielle says, I love Olenna in this episode. She shut them up. Do you think Mark live? I'll tell you about my one minor nitpick as we get into, again, Dany fucking finally took off to Westeros. It was almost surreal watching it. And
no, she ain't taking off. Watch, they're gonna hit a rock or something on an iceberg. I'm telling you, it's not
iceberg.
It's not gonna happen.
One of the dragons is gonna get a flat tire.
Watch. Euron is gonna magically finish those 1,000 ships, which take like years to build. He's gonna finish them tomorrow, and he's going to intercept the shit out of her. I'm telling you, it's.
But my one minor nitpick was not getting to see the initial scene between Varys and Daenerys when Varys shows up. I don't even mind.
Yeah, he just kind of
the jump in time. You just suddenly see Varys standing behind next to Missandei, just standing there, looking all fucking awesome. But I just wanted to see that first initial conversation.
Well,
I know we'll see them talk next season.
It was understandable though because they kind of did the time jump in this episode rather well because they had suddenly Jaime was back at King's Landing, Arya was over at the Twins, and Varys was all the way back
on the ship with Dany.
On the ship with Dany, and everybody had just moved pretty well all at once. So it was like you knew maybe a month or two had passed or some shit.
Now, before we get into our recap and get into this big time and really break apart this episode, last point I want to hit here at the beginning. What was your favorite horrible act of violence that Cersei portrayed in this episode? Me personally, it was having the Mountain brutalize Sept of Shame while she's saying shame as she walks away, smiling at the camera, Sansa style from last week. That was my favorite horrible act of violence.
Delicious.
What do you think she's doing?
I want to know what the new Franken Mountain procedure is for torture. Is he going with his old shit?
Just
or does
stand there
he
and
have
stare
a
at her,
new,
look at my ugly face?
Yeah.
Stand there and stare at her.
It's so ugly. It's so ugly.
That's all we saw. Like he stood there and just like with his mask
took his
off.
helmet off very dramatically.
And she was like, "No, it's a William Shatner mask, painted blue."
He just stands there.
That's Cersei's one twisted biatch. Al Red Sox fan says he's raping her. Rape. Question: Cersei's rise was strike tag fire in 1933. Cersei equals Hitler. Rewind this episode to see Dorne's ships were in the fleet. Mountain has scene time. Shame. Sorry, the chat is going fucking crazy. You guys in the chat are amazing as always. Really great to hear everyone's thoughts about this episode. We're going to get into the phone calls in a little bit, and make sure if you want to get in your thoughts, either call on in at 914-205-5689, leave us a voicemail, a text, email me, or jump in the live Discord group to share your thoughts. Oprah gave out jetpacks. Cersei's a dumb cunt, and that was gangsta hand she played. Love you, King of the North. I would fucking faint if Robb Stark's head was on the mountain. And crazy shit. So let's open up the phone lines right now and take some calls. Get your thoughts in here right away before we get into our recap. This is from, and when I take your call, say you're by the area code, and when you come on the air, say your name and where you're calling from and whatever your question or your point is. So let's get to this. In my best Larry King voice. Area code 718. You're on the air. 718.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, guys. How are you guys?
Doing great. Who is this and where are you calling from? Is this Lauren?
No, I'm calling from New York.
Oh.
You can call me Knock.
Oh, from New York. Wait, what can I call you? Goddess, did you say?
Goddess.
Oh my gosh. I like it. Okay, Goddess from New York. What is what do you need me to do? Yes, Goddess. What is your question?
No question, but just comments, I guess. This was definitely an amazing episode. I agree with whoever said it. I think all of you said this was one of the best finales of the series, and I definitely feel that same way. I guess I just have like a few comments. In the beginning, I just thought that scene with Marjorie trying to get out and everyone trying to get out, and you know they're going to die because the wildfire is coming. It was just so claustrophobic and panicky, and I almost couldn't believe they were actually going to kill Marjorie just like that. And I was like, gone by. And so that was really one of my favorite moments.
What I really liked about that, what I really liked about that scene is that they showed her not to be an idiot. That they showed her discover what was going on in the last minute. And I thought that was really important for her.
Yes. She caught on to it right away, and it was just so tragic that like you know that she knows what's coming, but there's nothing you can do about it. But then I guess my second favorite moment was when Arya, as the girl, walked into the room. As soon as she walked in and kept looking at Jamie, I was like, that's Arya. That's her. No doubt.
Yeah, they did a really bad job
I had
about
no
that.
idea.
They did a really bad job. It looked like Arya. Like, the casting call, they probably said, who looks like Maisie Williams? Come over. Like, it really looked like her.
And I also, just going back to the Marjorie scene for a second, what I really enjoyed in that scene was seeing it all through the eyes of the High Sparrow. It's one of those cases where Jonathan Pryce is just such an amazing actor. We've seen him do the same thing so much this season, just speech after speech, but getting to see him do something else in that moment, do some just emotional acting in his face without having to say any words, just showed how awesome of an actor he is, and was just really fun stuff. Not fun, I mean, fun to watch. I mean, it's fun to watch people blow up. I'm such a horrible.
It's a delight.
Yeah, please.
I don't know if we have time, but
no, of course not. You're off the air. No, of course you have one more point.
I just wanted to talk about the scene with Cersei. You know, when she finally got the throne, and seeing Jaime when he returned, and he was just giving her these like killer death stares, betrayal.
Yeah.
Me, I don't know. I didn't really see Cersei as betraying Jaime in that moment. I felt like that situation just happened out of like because Tommen's suicide was so unexpected. Because Cersei always thinks that she's really smart, but she's actually not. Like she thought she was smart with getting control of, you know, the Faith militant, but look how it turned out for her. And then she thought she was being smart by sending the Mountain to protect Tommen. So I don't really think she wanted Tommen to die. Obviously, she loved her kids, but he ended up committing suicide for her. So her taking over the throne, I don't really think that that was her betraying Jaime, even though from his point of view, I can definitely see how it looks like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was really her end goal. And then the look on her face when she finally was crowned was just like, I'm here. But I don't think that she was really happy to be there, right? Like she really had that look like, look at all that I've lost. My 3 kids are dead, but I'm here. You know?
No, good. Good.
Get your opinions. I'm sure you guys are going to talk about it.
Oh no, good. No, good. Very good stuff. Thank you so much for the call. Katie, did you want to say something to that?
Yeah, no, I would just that scene. I was just wondering, is that how and when Jaime finds out that Tommen's dead?
Probably, and I'm going to throw this over to Carmine too, because I'm wondering if what the caller asked about, is this a betrayal to Jaime? I think it's a betrayal to Jaime's honor, in the sense of why he betrayed his honor as a Kingsguard was because Aerys was going to burn the city, and Cersei ultimately just did the same thing. So he's not looking at her, I think, like she betrayed his trust or anything, just betrayed in his own body, his sense of honor. What do you think about that, Carmine?
I think you're exactly right. Cersei being crowned queen is just weird. I got to consult with the book people about this. I got to consult with Preston, the Leagues of Prestons about this. But it's like the caller says. Cersei, she got there. She's always wanted to, to be in that seat of power, but heavy lies the crown. And what the caller said about Cersei, I was just starting the script of my Cersei character history video, and if you've noticed, everything she's ever done, she thinks she's like Tywin with balls, as Comic Book Girl 19 said it. Every plan she's ever done has fucked her in the ass. She tried to kill. She had Robert killed. Joffrey takes over. He's an insane person. She tried to have the Faith Militant turn against the Tyrells. They turn on her. Every fucking plan she has is stupid, and it backfires on her. So I don't think she planned to have Tommen killed. She loves her children, but it was just an unintended consequence, and she's going to have to convince Jaime of that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Great point, Carmine. And so let's jump into another call here. This is area code 989.
I have one question. Did you see?
One second,
Did you see Kevin Lannister was he in the Sept?
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes, he was.
But Carmine, you saw him. Awesome.
I think he was in there. Yes, I saw him in there.
And we didn't talk about this, but we'll get into this in the recap. But I also really liked how the way it all worked with Varys's birds or Qyburn's birds in that moment, and getting to see it from Lancel's eyes as he's discovering everything. I thought that was just kind of it was just well done, and seeing the death of Grand Maester Pycelle and all of that. But anyways, area code 989. You are on the air. Who are you and where are you calling from? Excuse me.
Hey guys, it's Bill from Michigan. I'm just shotgunning the title Warden of the Midwest. I'm just calling it right now.
Do it. Take it.
But no, I got just a few quick points. I mean, I love the episode. There was a few nitpicks. Like, I'm not gonna get into them, you guys. I'm sure we'll touch on them. But first, like, I wasn't even that mad that Lord Manderley got his North Remember speech from the book stolen because Lyanna Mormont owned that shit.
Yeah, she did.
It's awesome.
But and then you guys mentioned it that when Arya was disguised as the serving waitress, I called it too. Like the caller before, as soon as she showed up in the Jaime round, like, that's Arya. But I thought she looked like she was a little bit like Lady Crane. But her face did look like Arya with the eyebrows, but her hair, I think her hair was wearing it similar to the way Lady
exactly. Like they got a Maisie Williams look-alike.
Yep.
But her face did look like Arya's. And then you guys brought it up, Varys being on the ship with Daenerys at the end. I'll have to go back and watch it again to like really look at it, but I only watched it the one time. But he was in the background and slightly out of focus, which I thought was a great microcosm shot of Varys' entire role in the series.
Oh.
He's in the background. Nobody's focused on him. He's supporting the Targaryen, reinstatement to the throne.
One of the things you also got to see.
Awesome shit as always, Bill. Joe?
One of the things you got to see in that scene too with Varys was some of those sails had Dornish suns on them.
Yeah.
So it was obvious.
And Tyrell flowers.
Yep, and Tyrell
Mission
flowers.
successful.
And I also really love how we just haven't mentioned him yet, but with Littlefinger in this episode, hearing him say the words. It's a big thing, saying what I want. I want to sit in that Iron Throne and have you by my side. I thought he's playing his hand a little bit too much. Who was huffing out there in that one?
That was me. He's just so creepy and slithery. When he went in to kiss her. Like, she was very diplomatic about that, just putting her hand on his chest and pushing him away.
I don't know if he's playing a game with her, essentially, like letting her think she's winning, but she apparently was manipulating him right there, and it was fun to watch. But we'll get to that in a second. This is area code 817. Area code 817. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hey.
Shane.
Shane. No, Shane. Shane.
Who's Shane?
Are we watching The Walking Dead? Is this Shane?
Shame.
Right? I wanted to say a couple things. First of all, how did Arya get to the Freys so quickly? That was just like insane.
Fast travel. It's every video game. If you play video games, you would know. Fast travel.
Carmine had a good fast travel.
Hearthstone.
She borrowed Littlefinger's portal gun and zapped over.
No, see, here's the thing. At the end, they've all done a lot of traveling. Varys did a lot of traveling. Arya did a lot of traveling. Jaime did a lot of traveling. There was a time jump for the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, it ended up working this episode. And caller, continue.
Thank you. Poor Laurel. I mean, Marjorie's brother. Seriously, he basically got his head cut open for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, he died of fire. So all of that was literally pointless. But
Fantastic.
like the landfill saw, like, oh, you can't walk, but you have to crawl, and if you can crawl as fast as you can, you might save everyone.
Oh my goodness.
So hard. It's because you put yourself in that moment. Great call, caller. It was so horrible to see Loris when he went through.
It was
all that torture
pathetic.
just to blow up a few seconds later.
Like humiliation, torture, horrible death.
This
Sorry.
is from our good friend Amy. Phil, Joe, Katie. I can't call because my phone is a piece of shit, but I have something to say. Dany just gained Dorne in the Reach. She really only needs an alliance in the North. Maybe a marriage to Jon Snow. Maybe. Was that foreshadowing her possibly marrying Jon Snow when she says she may marry again? I'll say yeah, sure. I'll go with it.
Yeah. It's a reasonable.
No.
That's a question.
Jon Snow marrying?
Will Dany marry again? Will Daenerys marry again?
Dany will marry again. I do not believe it will be to Jon Snow. I'm hoping that we have some
She'll
sort of.
wait for Lyanna to come of age.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that could be
Lyanna's awesome.
Yeah, Lyanna Mormont rocks.
I love that girl.
I just think it would be kind of fishy now that we've got some of the lineage here of Jon Snow answered that. They'd be kind of like.
Well, that continue the tradition.
Aunt and nephew.
It's not as deep incest as they were used to, but it was part of the Targaryen way.
Yeah, Katie, it's the nice kind of incest. It's not that weird kind brother and sister. I like to fuck my brother, and I like people to know about it kind of incest. It's playful.
It's less cringeworthy.
Okay,
but no cringe.
This is from Nav on over on Discord. Elena, if you sand snakes don't shut your cunt mouths now, I'm gonna eat every fucking chicken in fucking Dorne. Cersei was wearing her black, meaning mourning. She has her armor aspect of it, which is showered. She is representing battle in the House of the Crown in Robert. Had she wore red, she would have been representing Lannister. Credit for the costume breakdown for Fusion Q for the fashion breakdown. Great.
Yeah. No, that was a very completion of her physical transformation.
Now we're gonna get
very dark figure.
We're going to get way into the calls here before we get into our recap here, just because I really want to get all of your thoughts in here as much as possible here on the season finale recap. And huge thank you to Joe, Katie, and Carmine for joining me on this crazy adventure. Carmine, again, thank you for joining us all season long here and there. This is from area code 626. 626. Who are you and what do you want, 626?
I don't want shit. I just decided here, and I'm in Los Angeles, California. Beautiful weather.
Welcome, buddy. Thank you, Nick.
What I had a question about, Phil, is what's going on with Sansa and Jon? Is Littlefinger going to successfully be able to pit Sansa against Jon and kind of divide them in order to create chaos and kind of take over the North with Sansa?
Good question. I'm going to bring this one over to Carmine first. Carmine, do you think that Littlefinger will successfully divide Sansa and Jon?
Oh my god, I have no idea anymore. Look, Littlefinger's my favorite character, don't get me wrong. I love him, minus that sex offender mustache and that communist haircut. I love Littlefinger, he's my favorite. It's just, what the fuck are they doing with him? You know, like, Littlefinger doesn't tell you his plans, he keeps them in the dark. But but the one thing, he's gonna die next season, mainly because now that he's with Sansa again, and a couple episodes back we saw that the Hound is going up north, the only people that know that Littlefinger betrayed Ned back in season 1 are Cersei, the Hound, and Barristan. Barristan is dead. Right. Cersei does not give a shit about anything right now, and she probably doesn't know. It'll be either Cersei or the Hound to spill the beans on Littlefinger's betrayal, and Sansa may end up killing him next season. Yeah, but I don't think he'll be able to turn those two against each other. He won't be able to do that. I have no idea what his next and I don't like. He wants the throne. Like, how the fuck are you gonna get the fucking throne? Like, what's the fucking matter with you?
Right. We have a secondary question to that, and I'll throw this over to you, Joe, you and Katie. How long until Littlefinger tries to kill Jon because he's growing too powerful? And, well, if he gets frustrated with trying to put a stake in between the two of them. Will Littlefinger try to pull murdering Jon? Will he go murder on Jon?
He's starting to plan it right now.
Yeah, I think he's making a couple of like the kind of desperate move, telling Sansa his whole goal and plan, which, like Carmine said, that's not his thing. He doesn't tell people what he's up to and what he's thinking.
That's what makes.
I don't think he. Sorry, I just expected King of the North Jon. I don't think he expected that.
Nobody
he looked really surprised by that. I think ultimately that my wonder is if he's really being the look that he gave when Jon's doing King of the North, and all of that makes me think that he was being as genuine as Littlefinger can be in telling her what he's saying, because he seemed legitimately like, "Fuck me, what's going on here?"
Nobody saw that coming.
This is not happy. I did not want this to happen. This wasn't the eventuality I planned on happening. Damn.
My favorite scene in the entire episode.
Oh, mine. That's up there for me too, and it's a lot because of Lady Mormont.
Oh, the bear.
I love her.
Yeah, hearing the bear give the North Remembers speech. It was I'm glad that they gave her stuff to do. It's one of those things that we often talk about how the writers or the creators of the show don't get it, but they obviously knew that she would be a fan favorite, and then they made sure to put her in the next 2 episodes in prominent parts, like in the Ramsay scene, where in the talk shit to Ramsay scene, the pre-fight weigh-in, as Osman calls it, that scene, and they made sure they give her a line and give her some of the North Remembers speech, basically.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Manderly's speech being
No, she called everyone in that room out. She called them all out. What is we are the Northmen and the North Remembers.
And you
fucking support the Starks, assholes.
The fucking call.
Bitches.
It was awesome.
Let us take another call. This is from area code 954. Area code 954. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, guys? Robert. This is Robert.
Well,
my station, Florida.
Welcome, Robert.
And I wanted to lay this out for you, okay?
Go.
Get your opinions and some feedback.
Do it.
So I think the plan might be down the road for Sweet Robin to marry Sansa, so they can combine those houses officially. Then Jon will be the king of the North, which worries me because kings don't do well in the North.
Anywhere.
The Red Witch could keep a band together with the Brothers Without Banner. And I think we're finally getting to see Jaime's redemption arc take full circle again, because we kind of lost it, and I keep coming back now. So once is that what you were talking about before, that what Cersei did by, killing the king or holding responsible for killing the king, and all those people burning, thousands of people, he'll probably in the end wind up killing her. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is, down the road, how does Jon's lineage play in the part? I mean, it obviously has something to do with the story arc. Does it have something to do with Daenerys? Do they combine their forces? Do they oppose each other, or does it have something to do with the wall coming down?
Juicy stuff.
Coming down.
Great call, my friend. Thank you so much. Sorry, you ended up getting cut off there at the end. But ultimately, I think that that his lineage might not even be an issue because there's not too many people that even know it. We talked about this a lot. Carmine, David, and I talked about this in one of the feedback shows, that ultimately the only person alive that even knows that this is the case, besides Bran now, is Howland Reed. Howland Reed. Yeah. And so unless Meera and Bran are going to get Howland Reed, bring him to Jon and go, oh, Howland Reed knows he knows you're a Targaryen. I don't think Jon is really ever in a position to completely find out about that. What do you think about that, Carmine? Does it matter? Is Jon ever going to find out about his Targaryen ancestry?
I doubt it. I mean, even if Bran saw what happened, I mean, can he put 2 and 2 together? Does he have that knowledge, or is he going to get? I don't think Bran is ever going to meet up with them again. I think he's going to help them from afar, and that's the best thing he could possibly do. Yeah. And the audience will know that Jon is a Targaryen. I doubt Jon will ever figure it out, and if he does, I don't think he'll really give a shit that much. No. That's in the past. And as for the whole Dany marrying him, I don't think that's going to go down. I think in the end, Jon may die, or she may not sit on the throne, because according to the showrunners, there are 3 gut punches that you're going to get. We already have 1. I forgot what they said what 1 was, but 2 was the Hodor thing. There's 1 more. and it's going to be next season or towards the very end. And I think the gut punch here will be that Dany will not sit on the throne, and she'll do her own thing elsewhere.
Interesting. Joe, you look like you had something to say in the midst of all that. You look in deep thought, Joe.
Yeah, well, judging by where Bran is currently at the moment, he's right outside the wall, maybe at the tree that Jon took his oath at.
That's what
that's where I assume he's at, Joe. Yeah.
Or close to the entrance that maybe he came through with Sam and passed by Sam. So when he, basically now he goes over the wall, and next thing you know, he'll be at Winterfell. Maybe Jon doesn't take off from there. Winter is here. Maybe they stay at Winterfell, gather their forces. The South is in chaos. It would be kind of hard to, even with the South in chaos, it would be hard to march an army down that way. Maybe you hear Dany lands and then you mobilize, or maybe you don't. Maybe you just wait for Dany to sweep through the South and say...
Isn't it just so weird, though, just to think about the fact that Daenerys is actually on her way to Westeros? It's fucking crazy to me that that's actually happening. Like Carmine was saying at the beginning, I keep waiting for something to come up and go, no, wait, we forgot something. Turn around, left the dragon feed back home. Go back. Gotta go back.
And I still maintain Bran is on his way to Winterfell, and he's going to be with that tree that's at Winterfell.
That would make sense.
You could mate with the tree and become one with the tree.
Right.
You start looking for the tree side butthole and try to find a way in. Is that what you think's going to go on, Joe?
Well, he's already kind of got a way down, maybe through the crypts and then over to the Godswood or whatever. I don't know. There's got to be a way.
A reach around or something like that. Let's take a couple more calls and then we're going to get into our recap here. So this is from area code 919. Area code 919. Welcome. 919, going once. Going twice. God. Sorry, 919. Please call back. We'll get you later. 919. Bye. Goodbye. Thanks for hating us, 919. Area code 985. 985. Welcome. 98. Hello.
Bill, love the show.
Thank you.
Hey.
Oh yeah. My question is essentially, so Cersei is Queen of Westeros. Well, at least whatever part of Westeros isn't against her right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is her strategy? She's fighting a war on every front. The North is against her. The Reach is against her. The Vale is against her. Dorne is against her. They have no allies, and unfortunately, the Mountain can't kill everyone for
Carmine,
her.
This is coming to you.
What is she going to do?
This is going right to Carmine. Because Carmine was saying this before we even started. Carmine, go.
Cersei's reasonable plan?
She's fucking retarded. I have no idea what the showrunners are doing by making her, like, the clear bad guy. I mean, this season, Ramsay was the bad guy.
Yep.
Now, next season, she will be the bad guy. I have no idea what she's going to do. The Lannisters don't have that many soldiers. They've been through, not anymore. They've been through multiple, wars and shit, and she is fucking dumb. I have no idea what she's going to do. The North is weak. The Riverlands are weak. Yeah. The Stormlands, I guess the showrunners don't give a shit about them. The Vale still has a fresh number of troops. So does House Tyrell and House Martell. So that's the only ones you have to worry about. Unless she plans on inventing cannons with wildfire that can shoot out from afar, she's fucked.
Shoot out from, jump in the live chat here for a second. She'll be worse than the Mad King. Bill says, Cersei, ? Strategy, ? She wants to burn everyone.
Burn it all.
To kill everybody. Her plan is more wildfire. That's her plan.
And that's the thing. That's all. It took America 2 bombs, right? Or the Allies. It took us 2 bombs. It took her 1 sept, 1 bomb. Lackluster as it seemed to me at the time, but it took her 1 bomb. Now, if anybody wants to mobilize on her and come take the Red Keep, she says, I'll take the whole fucking city. Every single person that you know and love that is within these walls will all die. If any soldier comes within 100 yards of my fucking walls, boom, this place will be wiped off the face of the fucking planet. Is that enough to keep them away? Is that enough to hold power? She has no lords. No lords. None. None whatsoever should be on her side. None. She just killed all the people she just killed. That's it.
She is now the Mad Queen. She's the Mad Queen.
Right.
All she can do is madness.
That's it. She's got the threat of destruction, and that is all she has.
Now, and I wouldn't put it past her to burn herself with them all if she felt like she needed to. So,
this is a question from Elliot.
For a while.
Sorry, Kate. This is a question from Elliot, who just emailed me. So, if Jon is Rhaegar's son, does he have a stronger claim than Dany does to the Iron Throne? Do you think any repercussions of this next season? I still think Dany has the best claim to the Iron Throne because she is the Mad King's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, it all depends on
Jon is the male.
The woman lineage.
What was that, Carmine?
But Jon is the male. Like, you could argue, like, I was talking to Preston about this before. It's so fucking confusing, because technically Gendry, I guess, should sit on the throne, because he is the last man with Targaryen. I mean, when Robert sat on the throne, the only reason he sat on the throne is because everybody agreed, yeah, let's put him on there, because his grandmother was a Targaryen. Yep. So... I mean, Gendry should, be sitting on there, but, he didn't show up this season for whatever reason. I
see him in your videos all the time.
Good point.
Well, as much as he should be, nobody knows that that's Robert Baratheon's son, and of course, Cersei and the Lannister clan would never let that out, and they would kill him immediately to hold power. So, as technical as Gendry should, it would never happen. It would.
Dany has dragons. Jon doesn't.
True.
Yeah, that helps. Jon doesn't even have a wolf anymore.
It all depends. It all depends on whether or not you can make the legal argument that a woman can take the claim and lead and be the house and be the queen.
Can I get nitpick out of the way? This is just my nitpick. I bitched about it too much last week, so I'm not going to go in a rant on it. But how could they call Jon the White Wolf and not even show a shot of Ghost? That's all. They refer to him as the White Wolf. Just show
the budget, Dave.
I'm with you.
I'm calling you Dave. The budget, Phil. The fucking budget. You can't have it in with the budget.
Every time I ask that question, I hear Carmine in my voice say the budget.
The budget, Phil. The budget.
Fuck, he's right. Fuck you, Carmine. Fuck.
Yo, you know what's funny, dude? They're gonna have who's making this? Jaime's actor, Cersei's actor, Dany, Tyrion, and Jon Snow, and I think Arya. All of them are making $500,000 per episode.
Yeah, I saw that.
So where the fuck half the budget? That's why the movie I Am Legend blew cock, because the CGI was garbage and all the fucking money for CGI went to Will Smith. Same with Game of Thrones. That's why they can't afford 10 episodes. That's why we're getting 7 episodes, because all that budget money is going to fucking those assholes. Not that they don't deserve it, of course, yeah, but I want Ghost and Wun fighting dragons at the same time. That would be good.
It's the same reason why Katie isn't a CGI, perfect look at
Hey guys.
Are you saying there's something wrong with the way I look?
No.
What are you saying, Joe? What are you saying?
Fuck. No, that's not what I meant.
Carmine equals the Iron Bank. And the fucking budget. The chat's going crazy with the fucking budget comments right now.
Side whole budget.
Gotta mind the budget.
This is from our buddy, the Walking David. Tyrion, do you think Tyrion will end up marrying Dany into power so he has a proper claim on the Iron Throne?
No.
He might be able to run himself. I don't think he's going to marry, even though I did get a little vibe.
Yeah, I got that too. I thought he was going to hug her. Oh, that was such a sweet
moment. There was going to be some touching going on there, yeah.
Even though Tyrion may have the biggest cock among Khal Drogo and Dario, he's definitely not marrying her.
I thought a dwarf cock joke was
Think again.
Think again, Joe. Think again. Do first cousins marry in the North? Critch wants to know. Is that a common thing for first cousins to marry in the North? Carmine, do you know anything?
It's not just first cousins, though. It's aunt and nephew.
It's aunt and nephew?
Yeah, true.
Cousins.
If we're talking about Dany and Jon.
Yeah,
cousins do marry. I mean, Tywin married his cousin, so why not?
It happens in this world, for goodness sake. Yeah.
No, it's very commonplace.
It's just not spoken of.
Have some fun. Hatfield.
It's very commonplace there, and
love is love,
especially amongst the
love
noble class.
Love.
And to continue this theme, we have another question from the Discord group. What happens when Jon finds out he's a Targaryen? Do we get Jon and Sansa doing it? Please.
Oh.
I think that's more.
They're still cousins. Oh, those are the cousins you're talking about.
That's weird cousins because they grew up together. That's
extra creepy.
That's creepy cousins.
Oh, extra creepy cousins. Yeah.
That's extra creepy cousins. They grew up in the same fucking house. That's weird.
Yikes.
Okay, this is from area code 480. Area code 480. Welcome to the show, Carl.
Hey, how's it going, Phil? Love the show.
Going great. Thank you so much. What is your question or comment?
so I got a couple quick things, then I'll get off so you guys can discuss. I want to talk about.
Oh, I want to get off when this show's over too. I'm getting off after this show, buddy. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. Keep going, Colin.
I know you will. I want to touch on a quick, the good, the bad, or the nitpicky thing, and then a couple foreshadow things real quick. So
do it. It's yours.
Thank God we do not have to wait till next season to find out Jon Snow. We finally got the Tower of Joy scene. Thank God for that.
Yes.
Now we have Aunt Khaleesi, because Rhaegar was her older brother, right? So technically, Rhaegar's son, Jon, is it's Aunt Khaleesi, I think, if I'm not mistaken, not cousin. But second thing, this is the nitpick thing. This is the one thing that kind of bothered me, and it's already been touched on. So the time travel is just annoying. I mean, you have
it's jarring.
Going from pretty much she's pretty much going from London, England to Phoenix, Arizona. The worst one that annoyed me the most was Varys, because Varys leaves Marine, goes literally like from China to Arizona, talks for half a second, goes all the way back to Marine just to get on a ship to right back to Dorne. It's like the dumbest thing ever. And it all happened. Like he went around the world 3 times in that episode. Example of foreshadowing we had Benjen talk again about the spells cast in the wall, and that's why he couldn't go through. So I think the whole marked hand thing is going to come into play. Well, the White Walkers can get past the wall because he's marked, and they're not going to be able to get that. And then finally, the last thing is Cersei becoming just like her, or like the Mad King Ares, and Jaime had to kill him. And I think that it's pretty much foreshadowed from that look that he's going to have to stab her because she is insane and has nothing to lose now.
Oh no, sorry, I ended up getting cut off there at the very end. Thank you for your awesome points. And I think just to take the last point there, I think it's now a foregone conclusion that it's just a matter of time before Jaime has to take that bitch down. Right? Right?
It's all their kids are dead, and she is Mad Queen. Like, how could it not go that way at this point?
This is my question, though, and I want to pose this to Carmine here. Do you think Jaime leaves King's Landing and gets the fuck away from her, or does he stay to kill her?
Yeah. Oh, that's just so.
My question is this.
Tough, Joe. What were you gonna say?
My question is this: whether or not he stays to kill her depends on whether or not I think he decides. Did she throw Tommen out a fucking window?
Yeah, how could he not think about that?
Because she killed absolutely everybody else, and she'll probably tell him that. And how could you not come to that conclusion? The Sept fucking blew up with wildfire. How could you not draw that conclusion? And then how could you not... you obviously threw your son out the window so you could be queen. Obviously, that's...
No, I don't think Jaime will come to that conclusion. He said it to Edmure, too. He said it to Edmure himself. Like, I like how he foreshadowed it, like 2 episodes ago. He said it to Edmure, like, Cersei will burn cities to the ground to protect her children. He knows she loves her children, but her actions did get him killed, so there's going to be that. I think in the first episode, we're going to have a confrontation between them. She's going to probably try and reinstate him as Kingsguard, and he'll, for once, refuse, because he was refusing the entire time with Tywin, and now And he was refusing to leave the Kingsguard, and now he's refusing to go back when she's in charge.
I think that's true too.
No, great points. I was going to say that too, in the sense of he's gonna, no way he accepts this place or being under her and being her hand. She might try to make him hand of the queen instead of a Kingsguard or something like that. And I think no matter what, he's gonna be soured on the whole situation, and I personally, just to go what I think of the question I asked, is I think he'll stay and try to kill her. I think he's going to think it's his responsibility to make sure she doesn't harm people. And what I wonder if he can even do it, if she has the mount and kill him because he keeps getting in the way. I don't know. I don't know where it could go. I don't know. I don't think Cersei loves anyone enough at this point, now their kids are gone, to... No. I think she'd kill Jaime in a second if he argues with her too much. And
she doesn't love Jaime. She only fucks Jaime because it makes her feel good.
Well, I think in that foreshadowing the last week that he said she will do anything for her children.
Not for
Well,
Jaime.
her children are gone.
Not for love.
She has nothing left but to burn it all.
Katie, the only thing she could do is say to Jaime, "Put another baby in my belly."
Yep. Absolutely.
We need another
Let's
heir,
start
honey.
over.
We need another heir now. Open up, I'm coming. You know, or to Jamie. Open up, Jamie, I'm coming. What? Okay, area code 5. Sorry, area code 573. You're on the air, 573.
Is that how it's done?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. This is Dakota from Missouri. And,
Dakota, how's it going, buddy?
Going good. I'm kind of a bane in the comment section of Carmine's and Preston Jacobs. And recently there was a video by Civilization X that does
Jesus Christ.
that talked about the armies of Westeros and how many men they can, field.
Yep.
Dorne's like 40,000, Reach is like 90,000, and the Westerlands can only do 60,000, and they're super depleted right now. How do you think they can oppose Dany and those other numbers?
Good question, and honestly, it's great to hear from you, Dakota. Joe just said it. They can't. And I also want to add that I think a lot of this is one of those weird things, and I don't want to get into a book show, blah, blah. I think in the books, the numbers are bigger than the armies on the show. I think the show, everything's cut down a little bit on the armies. I think if say, Dorne has 40,000 in the books, they have like 10,000 in the show. I could just be making that up, but it seemed like with the Vale forces, I knew the Vale forces in the books or something like some ridiculous number, and it just didn't seem like that many to me.
No.
And in the books, for sure, there's 20,000 fighting men inside Winterfell alone. Period. Inside Winterfell. Does Winterfell look like it could have had 20,000 men of fighting edge living inside it? Like, it's a city and a castle. And it never appeared that way to me.
No.
Yeah, that's just one of those things that's just and I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying that in the books the armies are much bigger. The forces of the armies are much more men.
And there's absolutely no way that Westeros is going to be able to raise an army that is going to be big enough to stand against Dany's army, because it's not just the amount of men, the 100,000 Dothraki and the 40,000 whatever, and all the rest of everything that's coming with her. It's 3 fucking dragons as well. And Jon knows that what's he going to do? He's going to want to fight. So let's just take the King of the North and whatever's left up there. Is he going to want to fight Dany and all these men? Or are we looking at history repeating itself again when the dragons came over the first time and the King of the North saying, hey, you know what? It's not good that we fight you. There's actually another enemy up here that we need to go take care of in the north, so we'll be happy to join you. And I see Jon being that smart.
Yes.
There's no reason to get his men slaughtered underneath the breath of 3 dragons.
I don't think Jon wants to be king.
That too.
Like, he just keeps getting thrust into these positions, and he's just kind of like, oh, okay.
Oh, I bet you, Katie, I bet you'd like him to thrust you in a couple of positions.
She would.
Sorry.
She would.
Well, the caller, one caller said a while ago, what can Cersei do? Well, I think the only thing she can do right now is, and this is how the show will redeem this character, if they choose to do it next season, ally with Euron Greyjoy. You're exactly right. She has a shit ton of people coming over right now, and all on boats, and the best way to intercept that is to make a pact with Euron, and have his 1,000 ships sail all the way around and attack. Don't worry, they all have teleporters. They got this. Sail all the way around and attack her right in the middle of the sea. Yes, she has dragons, but if they choose to do the Euron plot correctly, and he has the dragon horn, they might make the dragon horn a little different in the sense where instead of making the dragons under his control, it just fucks them up and they fly away or some shit like that. The only way to make him even a bigger threat and give him any sense of legitimacy for introducing him is ally him with Cersei, exactly, and give him a dragon horn. That's the only way to do it. Other than that, there was no point in putting that character in that show other than just giving Yara and Theon there.
Because you can, I believe, sail pretty damn close, if not all the way to King's Landing from up one of those rivers coming from, the Highlands area. Not the Highlands area, the Highgarden area. So, are damn close, and they've raided that river many times. They know it well, so they'll go up that river and they'll try to make a pact with Cersei once they hear what's going on. That's what I kind of feel. or go all the way around and there's going to be a big naval battle. I am praying for some broadsides. I am praying for a big, huge fucking naval battle filled with dragons.
Why is my mind always going dirty here? I'm like naval, backside. What do you
Broadsides.
With the inside of naval. But Joe, I know you were talking about that last week too, that you're hoping for a big naval battle. We haven't seen that in Game of Thrones yet. It might be really cool to see. I agree with Carmine. They didn't bring on Euron just to have him piss around and wave his cock around. They need to.
They probably did, because knowing the fucking showrunners. I mean, that anticlimactic bullshit with the fucking Hound. I'm gonna introduce the Hound and then have him go in the whoop. Nope. Now he just kind of kills a couple of guys and that's it. Like
and the guys that weren't even one of the guys that wasn't even involved in the murdering.
I mean, three of those guys weren't even involved. It was just like those three assholes. And they get hanged. Like, what the fuck was that? But what I'm thinking is, in the books, I believe, I may be wrong, since Joe read them, he can back me up here. Doesn't Cersei make some guy like master of ships, and then he just takes the ships and leaves? I forgot his fucking name, but
familiar.
Is some guy named Waters, whatever. That's why I'm getting the Euron thing from. Like, she might ally with him. And,
someone actually said it in the chat. I'm trying to scroll up, someone actually said that person's name in the chat. They said that person something Waters confirmed. Fuck, I like Rain Waters. Is it something like that?
Yeah, Rain. There you go. She made him like master of ships in the books, I believe, and she might make Euron master of ships here, and maybe a prospect of marriage. Maybe might piss off Jaime. And maybe we'll get Euron doing, something useful and not being just there just to be there.
Yeah.
Our decoder in the chat says it was actually Floki that did that. No, everyone Waters, fucking great stuff. Great stuff in the fucking live chat. You guys are freaking amazing, and huge thank you to everybody. We're treading right around that point, but we're bumping up and down around 1,000 viewers, and thank you to everybody right now. This is definitely the most people we've ever had live watching, so huge thank you to everybody. Huge thank you to Carmine for bringing a bunch of you over here too, and yeah, fucking hey, it's gonna be awesome. Gonna be great off season. If any of you guys are just checking out for the first time, this is not the end of Game of Thrones coverage. Please join us in the off season if you haven't already. Like this video, please subscribe, all of that fun stuff. So I think it's about time to get into recap.
Oh my god, give me a headache.
You're so lame.
It's our Wayne's World homage.
Excellent.
And I'll say it because I know he's listening to it. There's one of our friends, we call him the dude, that's listening. He's like, dude, I love your show, man. But what you need is like some sound cues to separate the segments. So yeah, I'm almost doing that out of spite for the dude. Like here you go, dude. Here's your segment, you fucking.
It works well.
No,
it's so corny, it's so awesome, and it's so reminiscent of Wayne's World. And, we're so fucking basement channel fucking 3. Are you kidding me? I love it.
No, okay. So our episode opens up at King's Landing, and we see Cersei looking at just a great shot as we hear the bells. We see Tommen and the Sparrow, and it's just all strangely quiet as this episode sets up. And just right from the beginning, it's set up in a way that you knew it was going to be a ridiculously awesome episode. Just from the way it all set up with this Godfather-esque intro of Cersei being Michael
suiting up.
Yeah, suiting up. We see Tom and we see the Sparrow. It's strangely quiet. We see Marjorie getting dressed. We see Tommen getting the crown on his head, looking confused and even more weathered. Then we hear some piano music kick in, and it's all on. We see Loras. It's horrible. We get the music kicking with the High Sparrow. We see Mace Tyrell and Marjorie coming in with the music. Just sets the mode of desperation and anticipation really well. Then we see that Lancel Deuce in there, and he sits down. We get that like pentagram shit going on with the Sparrows each sitting on there. And Tommen says, "Oh, the trial's going to start out soon," but nope. He's not allowed to come as Cersei puts her flare on her fingers. She's making sure she looks all pretty.
Question?
Yes?
Did you think the Mountain was about to kill him? I did.
You thought the Mountain was going to kill Tommen in that situation?
Yep. I thought he was sent there to kill him.
Full disclosure, Carmine and I were talking about this before the show, about spoilers that we have or have not read. I read the thing about Tommen, so in that moment I was thinking, is the Mountain going to throw him out the fucking window? Is that what's going to happen right now?
I thought he was dead man. from the mountain. I thought the mountain was going to murder him.
Yep. So this whole intro, we kind of already talked about this. I'm not going to yada yada it, but it's a very big set moving piece of the first, I don't know if it's 15, 20 minutes of this episode, that of the intro in King's Landing. And we get this stuff going on here.
Stand trial and profess your guilt or innocence before the seven.
The High Sparrow, funny enough, for the very first time this year, gives a speech. It's really interesting hearing it.
There will be no for trial.
So we talked about this at the beginning. Loras says there's no need for trial. I will do what I need to do, give up Highguard and all that sort of stuff. The High Sparrow says, kneel before Zod, kiss my ugly feet, and you will be forgiven. And Loras says, he blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So so all this keeps going through. Then we go over to the mountain. Tommen can't go as we see Cersei's plan start to take action. Loras's head starts bleeding as they mutilate him. They cut into him. Marjorie is pissed off about it, saying, oh, you mutilated him. And, I mean, I can go through point by point of this, but it was done really well. The music kicks in exceptionally well. We kind of already talked about all of this pretty much, and it leads into Lancel clawing through the tunnels after Pycelle is killed by the little birds, and ultimately it's a big apology for it and stuff. Like, sorry, I have to kill you.
They made that really creepy. Pycelle getting murdered by all the little children, stabbing him 100 times. That was really fun.
Swarming on him, yeah. Oof.
And this is obviously a change. Do you think, and this I'm going to ask this question, I'll push this one to Carmine. Do you think these little birds are truthfully working for Qyburn, or are they still under Varys' control, Carmine?
Do we know that?
What a toss.
I'm asking you the tough one.
Very tough question.
I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I mean, I don't fucking know. Leave me alone, Phil. Goddamn.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, Carmine.
Bed together?
Yeah.
Do we know that Qyburn and Varys aren't in bed together?
Believe. What were you saying, Joe?
Do we know that Qyburn and Varys aren't part of the same plot? Do we know that Varys didn't say, hey, Qyburn, these are my sparrows, my little birds, here you go?
People in the live chat say they're working for Varys 100%. Someone says they're working for Varys. Until Varys gets back, they're hanging out with Qyburn just until Varys
They're contracting out.
Yeah, fuck you, Carmine. Someone says in the chat. Yeah, it's the question. The Reigns of Castamere song playing at the Sept burned down would have been epic. Do you think that the Red Lady will end up in King's Landing to help Cersei because she kicked out of the north? Because she's kicked out of the north. I think the Red Lady is going to end up with the banners for some reason.
Yeah, that would be great. Well, it'd be great if Melisandre ends up with Cersei. That'd be fucking awesome.
Dude, that'd be amazing.
Well, did Melisandre predict that she would be seeing Arya again? When she was talking to when she met her in the caves that time?
My memory, she just says, I see death in you, I see evil in you, I don't think she says anything about meeting her again, but I could be wrong about that. We got a little message here from somebody. What little bird is telling us here? What do you got?
I just wanted to let you all know that I refuse to bend a knee to Jon Snow.
No bastard.
Bastard. Stark.
The bastard of the North.
How can we know where this man's loyalties lie? Doesn't even know who his mother is. Fight Sansa. I'm going to fuck Sansa.
Oh shit!
That's what I want.
Whoa! You're not gonna fight them. You're gonna
big
fuck
open book, isn't he?
Yeah. God, that little finger.
You want to fuck the Iron Throne with Sansa on your side.
I wonder if Alt Shift X is gonna call in.
Oh my goodness, who's the next call we're gonna get? Okay, so Marjorie's trying to get everyone out of the Sept eventually in this scene. She's just like, everyone, get the fuck out! Everyone, out! Everyone, out! As the music starts picking up. She's apologizing. We see Cersei smug, and then finally, everything happens, and bang! We see a little candle running down, and it blows up the wildfire in the Sept and blows up the Sept. The explosion to me looked exceptionally well done on the show. It was Joe's shaking his head. We're gonna get to Joe complaining about this scene in a second, but I thought it was really awesome. The floor blew up. It was contained in a certain area. I kind of wanted to see the cascade effect happen and all landing to go up in that moment. I'm feeling that's what Joe's gonna bitch at, but like, here we go, Joe. You can go. Go for it, Joe.
Okay. Now this is this shit is supposed to be so hot. It's supposed to be like there's no describing it. It's white hot. It's like the liquid from the fucking sun when it's set on fire. It's like it should be like the entire pathway that it got lit up from should have exploded. Everything anywhere near it should have exploded. The entire wave
out from it.
Yeah,
possibly should have been
massive. Yeah, close to nuclear bomb size. It's like massive. The TNT holds nothing to a barrel of this is probably the equivalent of like a massive amount of TNT. This was
a Sept basement full.
Remember the explosion you saw from a boat full on the harbor? Do you remember how huge those explosions were? Those were a boat full. This was supposed to be some massive store, barrels and barrels and barrels, all the way full, all the way down this corridor, all the way down to underneath wherever the fucking Sept was. Like, it just did not seem big enough to me. It didn't seem like it burned long enough. This much wildfire should have melted any stone near it after and during this explosion. There would be no rubble left. You would see nothing but a fucking crater. Like, that's wildfire to my understanding.
But no, it looks so cool.
It didn't look cool. It barely burned green for an instant. Like the flash down the hallway, yeah, it was very green. It was nice wildfire. The explosion was green. And then like the next time we see it with the smoldering smoke or whatever, it was like that was just yellow fire. It would have kept burning though. So much of this
Joe, I hate to break it to you, dude, but we had way too many main characters in there. We had to pay them. The budget does not allow for that, Joe. Come on.
Yeah, but look at all the money you're saving for next season.
Every time, Carmine. Every fucking time, buddy.
I mean, we killed a couple of main. They weren't even main characters. Like, who the fuck knows how to spell Marjorie's name? Who the fucking cares about them? Like, we need the budget. We gotta have Jon Snow and all these people in one place. We need the budget. God forbid Peter Dinklage take a pay cut. His little ass needs the money.
And Joe, one last thing for you, Joe. That's important.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
What the fuck?
Hey, not everybody's going to agree, but they all know I'm right.
Everyone needs to hear
it.
Okay, Tim Gersh in the house. Okay, enough of that.
Hashtag Tim Gersh.
So let's take a couple more calls before we get into it. But so our next scene, actually no, we'll finish this section and then we'll take some more calls. Cersei, we get Cersei and this whole scene. We already talked at length about this, but let's listen to a little bit of this because this is fucking hilarious. As Cersei's pouring wine on Sept of Shame here, and just like bitch. And then as we mentioned before, she lets the mountain at her, and we hear her screams. And I love how she's like, "Oh, you think you're dying today? Oh, you think you're dying today? How cute! No, not today."
She's so
then she's left to torture, and then we see Tom in the next scene looking at the wreckage. You can't believe it. Very cool shot, the way they
disgusting to him.
With the window, and then he just jumps out and kills himself. So that is our King's Landing here for the most part in that situation. Joe, what are you gonna say?
Katie and I were like, "Wow, really? This was kind of much better."
Yeah.
As Tobin falls from the window, we were both like, "Oh, okay, never mind. That was good."
Yeah, that was good.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. And I started fucking clapping. I started giving the golf clap. So I was like, okay, that's a perfect reaction from Toman. I really liked it, and I thought it culminated well with his jumping out the window on his own.
Now, this is just a bolder question. I'll pass this around to Carmine first and then all around. Was there any other way Tommen could go? Was this probably the best way Tommen could go, ultimately?
The only way he could go. Because essentially...
Oh, go Joe.
Essentially, her actions made Tommen feel like he needed to kill himself, right? And so he did it by jumping out the window. Ultimately, that's the same way that Bran gets thrown out the window from Cersei's actions, saying whatever she said to Jaime whilst they were screwing.
Oh my God, that's
so there is a correlation between the way her last child dies and the start of our story with the evil act done by her and her brother of throwing Bran out that tower window. And that's one of the reasons that I thought it was very well done and a nice way to end sort of her children.
Good job, Joe. I like that. That was very well said, Joe. Let's jump in the live chat for a second. Also, the explosion in the boat only looked cool because it was open air, mostly confined, and powerful explosions usually don't have that much of a flash, like explosions versus gas fires. Tommen did a Sir Pounce in that moment. Someone said, Sir Pounce!
Sir Pounce! Oh no, he's orphaned Sir Pounce!
Oh,
Sir Pounce! Sir Pounce is the only one going to make it out of this fucking game alive.
I mean, Sir Pounce can take care of himself. I hope he does make it out.
Not unless Arya comes back and starts chasing down all the cats in King's Landing again.
Well, she was just trying to catch them, not.
So let's get back to the calls. We got some people that have been on hold for a while. This is area code 931. Area code 931. Who are you and where are you calling from? Area code 931. 931. Are you still there?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome. You are on.
Oh, you freaked me out because you said my old hometown and I didn't know it was me. My area code 17. This is Caitlin, Lady Squee.
Welcome, Lady Squee.
Squee!
Great to hear your voice, Lady Squee. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Doing awesome. Awesome. What did you think of this episode? What are your comments and questions?
Oh, my gosh, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. People say, like, last week's episode was great. This is a 10 out of 10 for me, no doubt. I was emotional. I was a woman the whole time. I was crying. I was bawling. It was terrible. But I gotta say, in particular, this King's Landing scene really struck a chord with me. Like Marjorie trying to get everybody out, and the High Sparrow's like, "Nope, ain't gonna happen for you." So.
And it was also the music in it, Squee, too. The music really drove the scene and really made you feel emotionally what was going on. It was great selection, and it was something kind of different from Game of Thrones, the way it was setting the scene, and just exceptionally well done right from beginning to end in that whole segment. And I agree, really made me feel too. I was emotional as hell in this episode.
Hit you right in the feels.
Yep.
The feels.
Right?
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you so much for all your support, and it's awesome to hear your voice, and thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And the friends of Phil, you know, all of them, they send their regards.
Oh,
so,
don't stab me.
You guys have a good night.
Don't stab me again, Squee. You're dangerous. Dangerous girl there. Watch out for that. So awesome stuff. Lady Squee, who does so much hard work for us in the Discord group, and one of the FOPs. Huge love to you, Lady Squee. So here we go. Area code 951.
It's got the lowest top. It's got the low, even though the graduation rate is
wait.
on par with other
I think.
countries.
Wait a second. I think we're listening to someone else's conversation. Let's listen.
Dialed. Graduates.
Let's listen, guys.
Everybody either moves to Europe or moves to the U.S. and Canada.
I agree. Totally. Totally.
You know,
I agree with you.
Now I understand how Howard Stern feels when like these callers call in. Jesus Christ.
Those are the ones that.
So we're gonna hang up on this caller. We're not gonna too bad be the ninja their phone conversation. We're gonna listen to a whole private.
In like 4 seconds, it's gonna come through on his computer. He's gonna be like,
"Fuck! They were listening to that shit." So this is area code 9.
He wasn't talking about like cheating on his wife or something.
Imagine that if he was having some private conversation or something. Area code 918. You're on the line.
Hey, Phil, this is Corey. What's going on, man?
Hey, Corey, good to hear from you. It's been a while. What's going on, buddy?
I'm good, man. Well, no, everybody's got the Tommen thing wrong. Everybody thought he was right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at that point, he was thinking in his mind, hey, Westeros needs a hero. I'm going to go save everybody, and jumped out the window, and then realized he didn't have superpowers at that point.
Thus yelling Sir Pounce as he jumped out, his alter ego, Super Sir Pounce.
Oh, gosh. That's great.
And my other thing, I think next season is going to open up. You're going to have the scene, but you're going to have Brienne, Podrick, Gendry, and you're on in that boat doing a high-speed chase on Daenerys.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they're gonna have
Miami Vice style.
They're gonna have Gendry do the rowing because he's like he's like a speed motor in Westeros. It's incredible.
Euron's gonna be like Onward. They'll be playing the Dukes of Hazzard theme. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh boy.
Dude, as always, Corey, awesome stuff, buddy. Talk to me, my friend. Corey always cracking me up for fucking
Hilarious.
Corey, always great stuff. Area code 919. Area code 919. You are
that sounds familiar.
919. What's going on?
Hey. Hello. What's going on, Bill?
What's going on? How are you?
Not too bad. This is Justin. Love the show. I just want to go over the Cersei stuff. I've just been so pissed about Jaime not like graduating, as Preston Jacobs would call it. You know, like with the storyline not leaving Cersei. But now the same thing happens in the book. Jaime refuses to go to King's Landing to help Cersei. So how would Jaime feel if he would have refused to go help Cersei and then Tommy pulled stuff over the shit? Because Cersei doesn't go through the trial because it'd be damning if she went in there. We all knew she wasn't going to go. I mean, what was she going to say?
Yeah. I think ultimately Jaime's going to internalize all of this on himself, and he's going to feel bad in the same way that he feels responsible for what happened. I think all his ultimate result of all of this is going to be to think I should have protected my kids all along from that crazy the force of nature that is my lover and my sister.
No.
I think we're still going to have that. I think we're still going to have the whole Cersei sending the letter to Jaime and him refusing to come. I think after what's happened, he's probably going to want to be away from her. And when shit hits the fan with Dany coming over, she's going to call for him and he's going to refuse.
Yeah, I think
yes, but no. He's going to come. He's going to heed the call, right? He's going to heed the call from Cersei. He's going to show up at the gates of King's Landing. He's going to go in there, and he's going to stab his sister in the fucking back and hand the keys over to Dany.
Well,
and then have sex with Dany.
Well, just like his father did, and he did before. This is all history repeating itself over and over again.
It's a cycle. It's a
cycle. It's a dirty cycle.
You're a dirty cycle.
And that's what I think is going to happen. So I do think he's gonna go back to King's Landing. She's going to say, holy shit, this army showed up, muster the troops, and he's going to come, and when she opens the gates for him, he's going to do exactly what his father did to the Targaryens, and thus win Dany back over to his side, even though it was him who killed her father.
People in the live chat love Katie Crow or love Katie Fat Crow. You're a fat crow over there, you big crow.
Hey, I'm curvaceous.
Yeah, you've been eating too many rodents, you fucking crow. So area code 321. Area code 321. What's going on?
An FOP has no name.
Oh shit.
King in the North.
King of the North. King of the North. King of the North. King of the North. Oh, is that it? King of the North.
Shouldn't Jon have stood up and said there's only one Stark in this room, and that's Sansa?
He should have, but no. King of the North! Area code 262.
An FOP has no name.
King of the North, was that double, or was that the replay from
that was
before?
Was that? I think.
It was area code...
It was a double. It was a double.
Oh, okay, just making sure. What's going on, area code 262?
The FOP is just trying to show you some love and some Jon Snow love.
Oh, I love you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. Tons of love to all of you guys in the FOP group. FOP forever. 908. 908. Area code 908. Welcome.
FOPF.
FOP has
no name.
All hail the King of the North.
Oh shit! It's more of this shit. King of the North. King of the North.
King of the North.
They're blowing up the phone chat. Area code.
What the fuck is happening here? What the what? Is that fucking Keemstar? Hey, Keemstar, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing here?
Area code 469. What's going on?
What's going on here?
And I bring a substantive point instead of the repeats that's been going on.
Do it.
So I just wanted to talk about
what's most annoying to me about the King's Landing scenario that happened, and they could have messed up a lot of things, and for me the Tommen thing was so well executed, because in the second after the steps blew up and they zoomed in on his face, I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen here. I had a feeling that he was going to jump.
Yeah.
And in that second of time, I was internally debating whether or not I'm okay with them copping out that way, but it didn't feel like a cop out afterwards, and it was actually a genuinely moving moment. So, props to them for making that real. It just felt, for some reason, the way that he fell off, it was like a perfect tipping. I honestly, for a second, if it was a YouTube video, I expected him to fly back up.
Yeah.
But the one thing that annoys me about the King's Landing thing, and I know this is going to come up a little later, but I don't know how Jaime felt about Cersei sitting on the Iron Throne, and the biggest problem here is that the Lannisters have this colon/face that all of them have, and you can't really tell what expression they're making all the time. This diagonal mouth that you can't really tell is it a smile, is it a frown? And so it could have been a proud acknowledgement, or it could have been, you are a horrible, evil bitch, and I have no idea. So, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
I'm leaning towards the evil bitch point, but you're
hoping
definitely
for it, too.
I'm hoping for that as well. Here we go. Expecting some more fun here. This is area code 514. Area code 514.
Yup. Yo, Phil, Carmine, Katie. Hey, Joe.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
We're doing awesome. How are you doing? Thank you for the call, man.
How you doing?
Hey, man. Good to hear you guys. You guys are doing a great job. Just wanted to reach out to you and just remind everybody, hey, last week's show was filled with wish list predictions that all came true in this episode. It's just nuts. From your call, Joe's call about the last scene being Dany going to Westeros, to Arya killing Walter Frey, to Bran getting to the wall, and Benjen not being able to cross, to even my prediction that I put out there in the chats that Cersei was going to burn up all kinds of shit. To the all E plus L equals J, And although I'm not a book reader, I'm here I just want to remind everybody, holy shit, this is television and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, everybody. Everybody seems to be so harsh and so nitpicky. Brilliant television that plays like a film each and every episode, even the fill-in episodes, But that's just my call.
No.
Anyways.
Good stuff.
Yes.
And again, and a last little word out, if I can, a word out to Walking David. That's probably the best mayor of Baltimore I've ever fucking heard.
Cicerati, Cicerati. Good stuff.
Did you say Voldemort?
Cheers, buddy. Cheers. Yeah, Mayor of Baltimore, The Wire.
Mayor of Baltimore. Okay, I thought he said Voldemort. I was like, huh?
Martin O'Malley. I need to go down a Wire route, but that character that Littlefinger plays is based on Martin O'Malley, I believe, and Baltimore Mayor. So here we go. Let's take another call. Great call there. And yeah, when it really, especially these last 2 weeks of this show, it proves to you, and I think that these last two episodes and the episode The Door this season, I think that we had got a lot of really awesome stuff. But the high points of this season are very fucking high for me.
Huge.
And I just had a ton of fun. Did I love episode 8? No, and I think we owe it to the show to point out when the show doesn't live up. When the show can do this, it's worth it to point out the points in time when it doesn't hit this point, because it's such a good show that almost every episode could be like this, and at times it has been like this, but sometimes things go up and down, and this season has some of my favorite episodes of Game of Thrones, and this is probably my second or third favorite season of Game of Thrones now that it's done. It's hard to beat this first season for me.
Yes.
This is probably right there with season 4 for me. I really enjoy season 4. And those two seasons, season 4 and season 6, are like, going back and forth. Right now I like 6 better, but give me a few months to look at it. But excellent season of Game of Thrones. And let's take a couple more calls before we get back into our recap. Everyone, just to remind you, at midnight, if you are on hold, the phone lines are going to reset, and then call right back in, and we'll make sure to get you right back in on the phone lines. But this is area code 603, a fellow New Englander here. Welcome to the call. Welcome to the show, 603.
Wicked awesome.
Doing awesome. How are you?
Pretty good. It was an awesome episode, and it's funny because I don't know what I was more excited to watch the episode or to come on here afterwards because I'm telling you, you guys have the best after show, all of you.
Thank you.
And actually, I'm known as Maiden of Darkness in the chat room, and I actually got through on Thursday to you guys. I talked about how I thought Arya was going to have Frey pie this week.
Yeah, good job.
I was pretty ecstatic to see that because I kind of doubted it for a little while, but one thing I did want to point out is that I totally agree with Joe about the wildfire because if we remember, they say that with age it actually gets even stronger.
Yes.
So that's blown like sky high. Like I think half the city should have probably been gone realistically.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it was that old. And one question here. I wonder what Littlefinger is going to do now that this whole thing has come around and Sansa rejected him. Because he doesn't really do well with rejection. That's the whole reason why he became the way he is. Wonder if he'll betray them.
I think I ultimately think Joe's nodding yes. I think Carmine, where he is probably nodding yes. Or we have to hope that Littlefinger does that. Or no, we don't have to hope. Is Littlefinger our hero? Littlefinger is also one of my favorite characters. I'd say I like Varys.
He's a great character.
Littlefinger is the main character of the show. He is the main character of the show. He is the player of the Game of Thrones.
Him and Varys, the whole thing both of them are the actual main characters of the thing. I would say Varys is right up there too.
Remember that thing that we all thought we were hoping that the Great Umber would do, the Little Umber would do? I think we're gonna get that from Baelish on the lines of some battle at some point, maybe.
What was that? Explain that a little bit more.
We were hoping anyway that Little John Umber there was gonna turn his forces and take out Ramsay. There was some speculation or hope that this Rickon...
He was still on Stark's side.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Which was all just...
fucking numbers.
But, so maybe Peter Baelish does that. I'm all on board with the Baelish betrayal. Nobody can trust that motherfucker, just like,
Don't trust that motherfucker. Let's take a couple more calls before our 4 minutes run up here. This is area code 724. 724, what's up?
Phil, Katie, Joe, Carmine, how we doing? This is your buddy Clint from Pittsburgh. How's everybody hanging in there?
Awesome. Welcome. What's up, buddy? How are you, and what you got tonight?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. If I was any better, I'd be the king of the north.
King of the north!
King of the north! Anyway, yeah, you're not getting into that again. But, I got to backtrack. But ever since you guys mentioned the whole, John and Sansa Wincest, cousin bumping uglies thing, I was like, So I jumped on the interwebs with the old computer and decided to do a little bit of research. And I found a couple different things. First off, in their characterizations, first you got John, who's, of course, very honor-driven and everything, but it seems he has a thing for redheads. And additionally, I think he might have had a little bit of that repressed stepmother thing going on with Catelyn. Maybe getting sicker, he wanted to bang her. And so with the way Sansa is, I could see that happening. On the other hand, you got Sansa, who is a...
redhead.
Always dreamed of marrying the king of the north. Actually, just a regular king. Just a regular king. And it happens that John exemplifies all these qualities. But even more than that, I went and found George R. Martin's original plan for it. And what it mentioned was that there was going to be a love triangle between Arya and John and Tyrion. And that made me think, they're going to scrap that shit for maybe, John and Sansa bumping a little uglies because they had Sansa marry Tyrion. You never know, man.
Oh my!
Wow. Good stuff from Pittsburgh. You're getting a lot of love in the chat, my friend. Good stuff. I'm gonna let that hang there. Try to take one more call before we just let it hang out there like a sausage in the wind right there.
Can I ask a question?
Please, Jeff.
That last call, not the one that just hung up, but the one before that, or maybe it was the one before that. But one of them mentioned all these predictions that came true for this episode.
Yeah.
Can I revisit something? Do you still have it in front of you? Maybe we talked about it briefly on Thursday.
What, the death list?
Death list.
Well, we'll get to that at the end of the show, Joe. We'll get to the death list at the end of the show.
I don't remember any of it 3 days later.
Because we got a couple. We got to figure out which one of us won. So let's take one more call before the call ends. So this is area code 540, and thank you guys so much for all the calls, and thank you everybody that's checking us out live right now. This is a lot of fun, and so awesome to talk to you after Game of Thrones. And so yes, area code 540. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. Freaking out over this episode, but how are you?
You're doing great. I'm freaking out about this episode too. I was freaking out before it came out here. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna say about this episode? Shit. I'm just watching it like, notes. I take notes. Watching
90 seconds.
Caller, you only have 90 seconds, so I'm gonna let you go. Get your point out. Sorry.
Oh. I never thought Arya would be a good cook, to be honest. I think she jumped on that rowboat of Gendry's and magically sailed right over to Walda Frey's. So Gendry's just like waiting outside, like, "Hey, you done yet? Can we go? Got stuff to do?"
Oh, someone, Nick X in the chat wants to know if you want a boyfriend in the UK. Oh.
Pen pal?
Sorry. I'm a matchmaker. I have to try to do what I can.
But this episode's great. I think Jon was like a big baby, to be honest. I mean, no wonder Lyanna died. She's huge. But
oh fuck.
Cersei's new wardrobe is really suiting her. But her haircut kind of reminds me too much of Joffrey.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Like Joffrey. So.
Yeah, no, she absolutely did. Great stuff,
I think
caller.
they did that on purpose.
I'm gonna let you go, so you don't end up getting cut off. But caller, that was freaking amazing stuff. Great. Crack me up right there. If anyone is on hold right now, please call right back in, and we'll get the phone lines back up and running. So let's get to our next section of the episode here. Our next section is in the twins. We get Walder Frey toasting the Lannisters.
Okay, so I want to point out too that the last time we see Jaime, he's at River Run, and now he's moved to the twins, and he's having dinner with the Freys and the twins, which is actually quite a distance. It's not like it's it's at least a week or two away. So there's a little bit of a time movement to show that he's gone there as well.
Yeah. They do it very quickly and smoothly, so it's very difficult to kind of catch up for a moment.
Yeah. So we get Walder Frey coming back full force, and we get this. I like how Jaime ultimately in this scene, we get to a point where Jaime's like so offended to be compared to Walder Frey, and that they're both kinslayers, and that Walder Frey is like, listen, we're like buddies together, right?
It appears you're calling back into a live show.
Shut up, woman. So Walter's toasting to the Lannisters and the Frey's army. We get Bran, who is upset that Jaime doesn't have to work to get pussy.
But Jaime doesn't want anyone that's not, they weren't blonde enough.
They're not blonde or sadistic enough.
That was a nice dig by Bran at Jaime.
Yeah.
That was great, yeah.
And this is just a fun scene, like I said, between Walda and Jaime, where Walda starts out like he almost wants Jaime's respect. And what's really interesting about that scene for me is that's the most I've ever seen Walder Frey show anyone respect, even for a half a second. Like he tries to relate to Jaime and be a dude with him for a sec. Like dude, yeah, we both are Kingslayers. We both did this. Let's hang out. High fives. High fives.
And we've both defeated our enemies in different ways.
Yep. It's great. Frey and the Freys. Great stuff going on in the live chat. Carmine's cracking me up in the live chat. I'm so thank you so much, Mad Kappa Laughs. I'll be happy when I do that too. And it's so thankful to all of you guys in the live chat, and Carmine and Devin, who have definitely helped us along the way.
Yeah, so if anybody out there hasn't, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button.
Go, Joe. I like it. Shill away, Joe.
Sell it.
Someone's got to do it.
Go away, buddy.
Hit that like and hit that subscribe. They're down there or up there or over there somewhere.
We get this interesting scene between the two of them, and Jaime's horrified that he's being compared to Walder Frey. So then we get Cersei in Qyburn going to see Tommen's body, and she wants to burn his body and throw him in the dust pile with the rest of the family.
With his family.
So beautiful, huh? So I'm going to go to Carmine to talk about this next scene because I think it was absolutely needed. We get Sam and Gilly back together, and I was just so happy. It's the best part of every episode with Sam and Gilly. I really enjoyed getting to see the Citadel and seeing Old Town.
Alexandria's Lighthouse?
Yeah, Alexandria's Lighthouse.
Yeah, they did kind of go that way with it.
So yeah, it was really, I don't know, it was good that we checked in there. Carmine, are you glad that we checked in with Sam and Gilly before the end of the season?
I actually didn't hate Sam and Gilly. I hated them in episode 3 when they showed up, but later on when we saw them with his father. I mean, I like that, and I like this time around when we actually get to see Old Town and the High Tower and the fucking library. It's just so fucking great. It was amazing this time.
It really is, though. It really is the library. It really is Alexandria, the great library at Alexandria, the Great Pyramids,
What's
the
really
Colossus.
awesome about it, Carmine, what was really awesome about the scene that I really liked was getting to see Sam ditch Gilly once he had the chance to get to the library.
Yep. Sorry, books.
Peace. just yeah, bye.
I'm Johnny 5. I need more input. Fuck you, Stephanie.
That stuff was all great, but I really wished we had seen, like, where's his dad? I mean, I got to get back on that. He took this Valyrian steel sword from his father's house. Yeah, maybe they had 8 hours, run on him, but still, how did they get all the way down to the Citadel before this dude catches him?
Yo, do you know what's funny, or not funny, but I want to say it was one of the last times that we had Carmine on the whole show, too. We had the episode that Sam and Gilly took the sword, and I think I asked you guys what seemed like a stupid question at the time. Me ask a stupid question? Never. But it was a stupid question at the time that was like, Carmine, Joe, do you guys think that Sam's dad's going to go after them? And both you guys are like, of course he's fucking going to go after him. You idiot, Phil. What the fuck? You stupid dumb hippie. Go smoke another one.
I was wrong.
And I think that's quote for quote what both you guys said to me. But ultimately, we didn't get it by the end of the season, which I'm not gonna say it bothered me. It didn't bother me as much as it bothered you, Joe. I'm surprised we didn't get at least a shot of him at some point the remainder of the season. Not in this episode necessarily, just somewhere in the season, just showing. That's what makes me think that he has been called to other business somewhere else.
It was nice though, seeing the library, seeing the Citadel, seeing that area was really, it was really nice, and to see the look on Sam's face, and to me, like I kept expecting something like awful to happen, like in the Twilight Zone episode where the guy loses his glasses right at the end.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing. Holy shit.
I'm like, uh-oh.
Terrible.
Uh-oh, no, this is going to be bad. He's in heaven. Nope, not good.
Guys, I think we have a voicemail from another exceptional, honestly, no joking aside, one of my favorite YouTubers out there. Let's hear what he has to say.
In the Game of Thrones Season 6 finale, many interesting things takes place. Let's take a look. You see, Cersei called the Seven and Tommen turned down for what? Why is that? Is Tommen just the biggest pussy ever? We also had Olenna give the Sand Snakes the bad pussy, and Sweet-Eye give them the teleporter. Dany makes her way to Westeros. But what about Rickon, guys?
What the fuck?
Well, and I think it ended up getting cut off a little bit. Like, wait, let me get that back in.
But what about Rickon, guys? Will he be resurrected? How come nobody cares about Rickon?
He got trampled. He was resurrected. He got run over by 1,000 horses or some shit, and then fought on top of. Come on, that kid's gone. He's mud.
Does anyone care?
He is mud. I don't even gotta find that body. That body's gone. There's no burning that. Rickon?
Yeah, he's
Who's fucking Rickon?
But Boats says the only thing that can get between Cersei and Jaime right now is Brienne. Watch Jaime choke her to death after she murdered Brienne. Holy shit, Caitlin says. Oh, thanks for taking my call. Oh, Caitlin, you were freaking awesome. It was really awesome to hear your voice. And
that motherfucker. Oh, but I want to call back to something that Joe said. Joe, you're pissed off that we haven't seen Randall Tarley since then, right?
Yes.
I'm pissed off we haven't seen that new hot red priestess since she first appeared in front of
Yes.
Like, where the fuck are these characters, dude? Like, everybody was just called into, like, this month for work just to die. Everybody, Rickon, Walder Frey, fucking, oh god, I forgot
the Blackfish.
name. The Blackfish dies off screen. Motherfucker, I hate that. Fucking Ed from Night's Watch. Like, everybody is called into work just to either die or just say, hey, he's still alive. I remember him. And that's it.
Yep.
What the fuck is that? Like, this season, I know you like this season. I liked it too. I thought it was okay, but I just hate that they brought all these people back and just to die.
You forgot to talk about Osha too. Osha came back just to die.
Osha came back just to die. I don't give a fuck about Osha. She just came back just to die, and like just to say, oh, I know that guy. He was in season 1. Okay, bye. Bye. Like, what the fuck? Get the...
Yeah.
That annoyed me. That
And
really
they
annoyed
brought
me.
in Ian McShane just to kill him.
Ian McShane just to kill him. I mean, you know. But
someone in the live chat, Joseph Patrick says, "Budget cuts, Carmine. Budget cuts."
You talked about the salary, man. We can't give him that much.
Cuts,
You gotta go.
Peter Dinklage, we gotta pay him $1.5 million per episode. That's probably why he wasn't in that many episodes this season, if you noticed. But fucking budget. I mean, goddamn. Whatever. Fuck him. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, Craig B in the live chat says, going in the live chat, rest in peace, Paizel. You still owe that hooker a couple of gold coins, Paizel.
Yeah, she needed more money.
Isn't it also the most expensive season of television that's ever been made? Or
I think so,
the last episode was the most expensive episode of television ever made.
Yeah.
Your last episode, I think, was the most expensive episode of television.
We need more.
I'm pretty sure Battle of the Bastards was like filmed over longer than they usually spend in an episode. They brought in all this like practical shit with all the horses and all that stuff. So it was just this big crazy budgetary explosion that they and they still couldn't add $50 to put Ghost in. Okay, shut up, Phil. Leave it alone, Phil.
Leave it.
Shut the fuck up.
Leave it.
Leave it. Give me the dog command, Katie. Leave it. Leave it. Okay.
Well, like I said last time, you could add the dog in there for like 2 minutes. Hey, Ghost, stay with Sansa. Okay, cool, bye.
Yeah,
like you could have had him
in the background in the shadows.
And you could have had the blackfish die on screen too. Like, oh hey, there's the blackfish. Get him. You won't take me alive, and then you get shot with an arrow. Boom, done. Like it's not that difficult. I could do it. Let me film it. I'll do it right now. I got some props here. Let's go.
30 seconds. That's
and I just want to say something in the live chat. Someone said, if you learn everything from Game of Thrones, pay your hookers right away because it's rude to die and not pay your hookers.
And whoever said that, said that, I hope you don't mind if I put that in my video. Game of Thrones teaches
She was asking for extra money. She said more money, not my money. Like, what?
Well, maybe she didn't realize what she was getting into at first.
Yeah.
So give me
if
more.
you're getting into that, I'm getting paid ahead of time to get
tip, old man? What the fuck?
Yeah, always tip your servers.
Exactly, Katie. Always tip your servers. Pay the bartenders. Come on, please. Okay, so let's get back into the phone calls before we jump back into the live chat. Let's take a couple more calls here. This is from area code 202. 202. Welcome to the show, 202. What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Jay. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Hey, the more I think about it, this literally was probably one of my favorite episodes of Game of Thrones.
I know, you sound so happy. You sound so happy, dude. It's great to hear you so like, honestly.
He's probably just high or drunk. I would be too after that episode.
Godfather
Hey, who are you after that episode?
The only part of my episode that was not nearly satisfying enough.
You wanted to see the body hit the ground, right?
Flat to the ground.
Yeah.
I didn't need to suffer at all. Like, I really hated Tom, and they just made his death just like, oh god, nothing. But Arya, like, using all the skills she learned from the House of the Undying, wearing the face, because I didn't even expect that was Arya, and feeding his own children to him. Yeah. Sitting their throat like they like.
Yeah. How good was that?
I think we have a Lady Stoneheart here.
Yeah, that was just so good,
awesome.
dude. So good, dude. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, Jay. Thank you so much as always for all your support, dude. You were fucking awesome. We're say goodbye to Jay. Jay is fucking one of our longtime callers, one of our first callers. So here we go, 904. What's going on, 904? You're on the air.
Hey, this is Christine from Jacksonville.
Hey, Christine. Welcome to the show. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Listen, I was thinking about Littlefinger, and you know, I always think of him as just that pure devious thing, but maybe they're doing an arc on him because he's always been kind of soft-hearted toward Sansa, and maybe it's still going down that road. But what I really wanted to comment on was Bran getting dumped off at the wall by Benjen, which seemed a little cold.
Cold hands? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's horrible.
If Bran's mark can get him to the wall because it's kind of going to break the magic, then Cold Hands could go through the wall with him.
Yeah, I'm not going to play this. I don't want to play this game too much because we've answered this a lot. I think they don't want to bring him back to the show, so he can't pass the wall. But I don't know. And we also, a lot of people are just assuming that's how the Night King is going to bring down the wall through the mark on Bran. It might not. It might have weared off. It might have just been a momentary thing. I think that makes a lot of sense. But everyone's pushing all their chips in the middle for that point. It might not be as simple for Benjen to be able to cross just because.
Well, hold on there, because you could, in the same sense, say how come those two guys were able to, those two guys back in season 1, those two dead guys were able to bypass the wall. So how the fuck do you explain that?
Are they?
Yeah.
That's a good fucking question, Carl.
Because Jon brought them back past the wall himself.
Oh, that's right. We have to, that makes sense. We have to grab them, and people have to bring them through. They can't walk in there by themselves. That makes sense. Good job, Joe. You saved the show.
Way to go. To ruin the show again, Joe, I have a question to add.
Joe, plug in them plot holes. Good job.
Can I have one more? I have one more plug for the plot hole for the mark. So if the magic doesn't work past the wall, the mark won't work past the wall.
Yes.
Okay. How does that work?
Yep.
Right. So
wait, Joe. But how did the White Walkers invade? Do we just keep holding them off until season 9?
The wall comes down?
But how?
How?
Global warming?
Horn.
Global warming.
Climate change is a threat.
Climate change does it.
Could they go over the wall?
Climb over the wall? No, under the wall?
Around the wall? They never have before.
Let's cut through the shit sandwich here. The wall needs to come down. The wall's coming.
Tear down the wall.
Tear down the wall.
Tear down
the wall. Pink Floyd, the walls.
Mr. Gorbachev, that wall must come down. That was my worst Ronald Reagan ever.
So my question is, and to just go into your point, I accept your point, but my question is, the dead bodies got brought in. How did the Night King's power work through the wall to rise those two whites? Essentially, so they can't pass, but they can use magic through the wall.
Yeah, I think doesn't the cold winds are
It's because Jon Snow himself brought the bodies across the wall.
Okay. And Carmine, what were you saying about cold winds there?
Didn't they say the only reason the way the White Walkers can do that is by I guess they have to be in a certain proximity to the bodies. Joe, plug the holes here, please.
I was trying with my whole Jon Snow did it.
The show
is Jon Snow magic. It's the King of the North magic right there. That's all I got.
Well, Jon Snow did it, so.
Jon Snow did it, yeah. He came back from the dead. Anything can happen. Yeah. King of the North!
He's the King of the North. He came back from the dead. He can bring the magic across with him. Maybe it was feeding off of his aura somehow.
It may be the horn brings down the wall. Maybe we get an ice dragon. Hello. Hello, the horn.
I know
the horn. This crown will plainly show the prisoner that stands before you was caught red-handed, showing feelings of an almost human nature.
From there. So sorry. So I know I mentioned the horn, and someone in the chat mentions the horn, but has the show ever mentioned the horn?
No,
never.
Not that I
never. There's 2 horns. Carmine mentioned the dragon's horn earlier too.
Yep.
I tend to think that they gotta introduce that with, and I know someone's gonna say, no, the Euron's just urine. Euron's just gonna be nothing.
King Euron.
Make Euron actually something. We need to introduce the horn, and maybe next season we'll get into horns, so to speak. But I don't think no horns have been introduced yet.
We'll get our brass section next season.
Except for doesn't Sam find a horn when he's looking at the
season 2? He found something. I think was it a horn or a dagger? He finds something like that.
I think
something like that. I'm not sure too. It's been a while since I watched those episodes, but I'm pretty sure Sam found something. King Urine. So someone in the live chat. Someone put out a meme with the urine, and this is King Urine in the chat. It doesn't help me not call him urine. So Bill, I will. I'm in there right now, motherfucker.
King Urine of the Porcelain Islands.
Funny stuff. If someone that said check the Discord, send me a direct message on there. Screw the horn. Have them kill Euron in the first episode, like last season this season with Duran. Just have him die in the first season. Wipe up urine. Wipe up urine right away.
Wipe that urine off the Porcelain Island.
Okay, so yada yada yada. Sam does some bullshit. So let's take some calls here. I'm having so much fun with the calls, so I just want to keep on this tonight. Area code 469. Welcome 469. You are on the air. What is your question or comment?
Hey. So I had one thing that I wanted to bring up about the Frey Pies scene.
Do it.
So Arya was dressed up as she was a Satan's person, and she was dressed up like that girl. That's the same girl that smiled at Jaime, and that's what prompted a conversation between Bran and Jaime. So I just found that really cool. Like,
oh, dude, you know what? I didn't connect that for whatever reason, but yeah, you're right. It was.
Wait, what did he say? His phone connection blows cock. What did he say?
It was one of the.
I just put you on mute for 1 second, call. I'll bring you right back. That the Arya smiled at Jaime before she ended up killing Walda Frey. Yes. There was a moment where Bran goes, "Oh, she wants to fuck you too." That person was Arya that Bran was talking about.
Was that Arya, or was that person killed by Arya?
That person, I think, was killed by Arya, and then killed the Freys and killed everybody else.
469, you're still going.
Well, I think that I think that the fact that they included that shot for just like an extra second on that girl, I'm assuming that Arya was already her. I mean, it's not going to end up mattering in the end, but it's still something to think about.
No, it's cool.
Well, that chick really looks like Maisie Williams. Like how the they brought in that actress because she looks like Maisie Williams. They really should have brought in like a black chick or something that's like, oh, that's definitely not Arya. Where's Arya? Like we should have really had someone who's like not a white 15-year-old female look-alike. We should have had like maybe an Asian chick, maybe an Indian woman. How about some of those Eskimos? Someone who's not a white Arya Stark look-alike. I'm just saying.
Caller, what was your second point? I'm sorry, you ended up getting cut off.
I know, it's fine. I was proud of the hashtag Game of Thrones on Twitter, and I think I saw a tweet that like completely summarized my feeling about the episode. Somebody tweeted, "That finale cleared my skin, brought my childhood pet back from the dead, satisfied me sexually, and paid off my college loans." Hashtag Game of Thrones.
Good stuff, caller. Thank you so much. That is really good stuff. Area code 816. What's going on, 816?
Hey, Phil. Hey, Carmine. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
What's cracking?
I know my voice always changes when I hear a girl's voice. I'm like, hey, what's going on, girl? What's going on? I'm so much nicer to girls on the phone.
How you doing?
How you doing? But what's going on, caller?
I'm good. So I have a comment, and then I also have like a question too. So my comment is, I mean, isn't all this girl power awesome? Like, if you think about the patriarchy that we had, like, in the first couple of seasons and how it's, like, totally changed, you know? Like, now Dorne, you know, with Dany regaining power and everything. Like, even in the North,
no, it's not. It's not.
Yeah. As Day Trooper said, this will not do.
No, it's not power. It's not great.
Hello?
Oh no, you're still on call. You're still on call. Joe and Carmine were answering you mid question. But what was your question?
Okay, so my question is, there's been a lot of like, you know, R plus L equals D going around lately, and it's been picking up traction. So I think we'll pretty much like put that out tonight. Do you guys think there's any possibility that it's like different in the book? I always thought it was ridiculous. But you guys think there's a chance that it could be different in the book?
Good question, Carmine. What do you think? Do you think there's any chance it could be different in the books?
I was talking to Preston. He goes, "Hey, Preston, you really believe R plus L equals D for Daenerys?" He goes, "Yeah, I believe that." Maybe it's probably different. Maybe in the books, Ned Stark really was a douche and fucked some girl, and you know, we may jump in. Maybe like in the show, it was always gonna be because you know they foreshadowed it a lot last season. I think in season 1, it was like literally written on a piece of wood. If you zoomed in close enough, but in the show, it was always gonna be Jon. But in the books, hopefully, maybe that's like one of the books' gut punch moments that Jon isn't Targaryen. His mom's just some dirty whore from the south. Who knows?
No.
Like most of our moms, yes.
Like most of our moms. So I quickly have to say just a quick, and I'll message you after the show.
How'd you know?
Sir Ulrich, how'd you know, Carmine? Sir Ulrich, I know my mama. I didn't know that about my mama. Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein, amazing job, and huge thank you for what you just sent me. That is fucking beautiful and fucking awesome. Thank you for that picture of your mom. No, I'm kidding. But no, thank you.
Show.
Thank you so much. That's fucking amazing and really awesome. Huge thank you to you. D&D got Game of Thrones because they knew John's parentage. Johnny fucking Stark in there? Lots of love to Johnny motherfucking Stark. My mother's a saint, says Tom Ryder.
Well, okay, well, if D&D got that question right, then we all got that question right, because who doesn't believe the R plus L equals J thing? Hell, even the fucking CinemaSyn guys got it. I mean, so by that logic, anybody could have made the show.
Yep. But great, anyone could have made the show. Anyway, you and me could have made this show. We'd be like, I know, I knew it.
You're lucky I didn't make the show, because I'd put more titties than it's already in the show, but that's just me.
And more dragons. So our next shot that we see in our next scene is we see Jon in Winterfell, and then we see Jon talking to Mel, and then Davos comes in, and we get Davos showing more emotion than Davos has ever shown before. And
this was harsh.
This scene kind of played out a little different than I thought it was going to play out, in the way that I didn't know. And maybe this is just Melisandre playing a con, playing a game. I didn't know that she was going to be as not forthright, just as, I'm not going to say humbled, as not apologetic isn't the best word. I don't know necessarily the word, but it seemed like she was actually mildly upset about what she had to do in that situation. Maybe it's just how she was playing the situation, but ultimately what happened in that was Davos was like, let me execute her, and Jon, here's what she has to say, here's what Davos has to say. And Jon chooses Davos, but won't let Davos kill her, sends her off. Says, you get the hell out of here. Davos says to her, listen, if you ever show your fucking ugly old ass jump rope titties around here again,
tell him what you did to her.
Tell him! Tell me what you did. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Tell him! Great acting by the actor that plays Davos.
That was good. He really got to me. Like this season has not really made me shed any tears. That was a good one. I really like him. When he's not tweeting those bullshit political tweets on Twitter aside, like, that guy is a really cool dude. I like him.
Yeah, when he's getting into the whole, I loved her, and this has been a really awesome scene for that actor and for the character of Davos on the show, breaking away from Stannis and really showing intense emotion. This moment is the most emotion he's ever shown as an actor.
So did you believe Mel when she was saying that she did it, that she had remorse for what she did? Because I didn't. I thought it was definitely that she was just, she was kind of trying to get out of.
Wrong.
Yeah, she was upset that she was wrong, but she was humble. I've been prepared to die for many years, but still not wanting to die.
I might be delusional, Joe, but for whatever reason, I bought her in that moment, but I think I'm wrong. I bought her, and I think I just got manipulated by Melisandre.
Do you think Jon did the right thing?
Yes, I don't.
He should have killed her. He's sending a crazy woman. Like, this woman just resurrected him, and you're sending her off into the wild. You probably should have best to kill her, but she'll probably end up meeting the Brotherhood without banners, or maybe becoming Cersei's next advisor. Who knows?
Let's jump in the live chat. Mel didn't have remorse. She don't give a fuck. She does what she thinks is needed. No, Mel is fucking mooch. Mel and Cersei.
She's a mooch.
Fuck,
get her off the couch. Damn it.
Get her off the couch, damn it. Oh, Katie's in the zone tonight. Fucking crazy fun she did. Someone says Mel survived season 6. She will. We will meet again. So after that scene, when Mel gets casted out, we get Jon and Sansa interacting, and Jon is going to give Sansa dad and mom's room, or dad and cat's room. And then we get the whole bolt, and this didn't pan out the way I thought it was going to pan out either. Jon's like, yeah, you didn't tell me about Littlefinger's soldiers. Yeah, I don't really mind. No big deal. And then Jon basically says to her what we were all saying in the audience: we need to trust each other. We can't fight when we have so many other enemies. I know the real villain out, or not the real villain, the real danger out there. And at the same time, Sansa also says that a white raven came from the Citadel that we had seen. I forgot to mention, but after the sand scene, we see a white raven, which every scene in this episode had a great transition into the next scene. It was one of the best parts of this episode. So they smile up as winter has come, and they both get very happy about it as they smile at each other. Winter's back. Winter's here.
Well,
Winter's come.
I mean, the whole White Raven thing, that happened in Season 2. Like, I don't know why they did it again. Remember in Season 2, at the beginning, a White Raven comes and Pycelle says, the longest summer in living memory, and then Tyrion comes in and he's like, hey, what's going on, guys? What's up? But yeah, the White Raven was in Season 2. I don't know why they did it again.
Was the single white? The first Raven is to say that summer is over, and the second one is to say that winter has come.
Oh, fucking Joe with the hose plugging.
Joe is fucking every hole tonight.
Here. Predator locks Joe needs to be changed to hole plugging Joe.
Now.
Joe's
just
over every
in open all disclosure here. I'm probably wrong, in the chat will let me know.
Joe,
Whenever
you're right,
a season
you're right
changes.
till the chat tells you you're wrong. You're right till the chat tells you you're wrong. So let's yada yada this next scene. We're off to Dorne. Yada yada. But no, this Dorne is the best. I'm gonna say it. I said it before. I said at the beginning of the show. I'll say it again. Best Dorne scene of the entire series.
Elena was there.
Elena was there, and Varys was there.
Unbelievably beautiful.
So-
Even the way it's shot with Elena's in all black, and so isn't
what's her face?
yeah,
Snake Mama.
Head Snake.
Oh,
Queen Cobra there.
Mrs. Snake.
Ilaria.
Ilaria.
Thank you, Carmine.
Valerian. Well,
Plug them damn holes, Joe. Plug them damn holes. Other people in the live chat saying Joe is right. Yes, best Dorne scene. Bless Lady Olenna. Lady Olenna is love. Olenna wrecked those sand snakes. Fucking making deals with Peter. What's new about that?
Perfect.
Dorne was great because Olenna was there. Yep. So this is Elena's scene.
Not just that she was there, it's that she was there and she said, "Shut your cunt mouths, or I'm gonna eat every fucking chicken in Dorne."
Yes.
She's on
like,
TV right now.
She's like, sand snakes, you fucking better shut up, and no one likes you, and if you don't,
You're a talker. Listening to talk. And more words come pouring out your cunt mouth. I'm gonna have to eat every fucking chicken in this room.
And so Elena says that to the sand snakes, and the sand snakes are like, well, Iowa. And Varys shows up, and okay, we're all and says, fire and blood, and we're fucking on. So speaking of fire and blood, we get to Dario and Dany, and Dany's kind of breaking up with Dario because Tyrion told her so. And I can't bring you with me. You're gonna be in charge of Marine. I can't fuck you anymore. I can't have a little mistress. I can't have the first mistress of Westeros follow me around. No one likes your ass. You're staying back in Marine. So our next scene is her and Tyrion talking, which is very good.
Did you buy Dario's bullshit?
Which part of his bullshit, Joe?
The whole, like, take me with you, I want to be with you, I don't care, I'll be your mistress.
He's going to show up again as a villain somewhere.
I'll be your cuckold.
And Euron's going to show up and take the second sons, and they're going to join Euron or some shit.
Right, and well, here's the thing, too, is Dario immediately takes it like you're breaking up with me. She's leaving him in charge of Marine only until they can choose their own leaders, and then he can get the fuck on a boat and head to Westeros and meet up with his love.
Yeah.
Cock-blocking motherfucking imp, says Tom himself. I'll be your cuckold. Yeah, he basically like, I'll be your cuckold. No problem, right? Can I do that? Is that okay? Is it okay to be your cuckold?
Okay. I'll even put on the leather mask. You can zip it up. I'll be your gimp, your cuckold gimp.
Oh my.
You can call me Zed. Zed is dead. Zed's coming, baby. Zed's dead. That's for you, Heat, who's listening right now. That's for you, buddy. Okay, so her and Tyrion are talking about how it was Tyrion's idea to not bring Dario, and Tyrion gives an exceptional speech here, and this is one of my favorite things that Peter Dinklage has done all season. Gives a very serious speech about how he doesn't believe in anything and he never believed in shit, but having Dany there makes him believe or some shit. It was a little cheesy, but I like this relationship. She also gives him the hand of the kingpin. It makes Daenerys more palatable for me to have Tyrion around. I think Tyrion keeps her sane and keeps her on the right path, so to speak. That being said, I fear for Tyrion's life. I don't know why. Just I don't think he's going anywhere. He's making all that money, and they're not throwing Tyrion out anywhere. But I don't know.
Man, that was an amazing scene. I believed every word out of both of their mouths in that scene.
Yep. It was very genuine.
When he took the knee in front of her.
Yep. She kneeled before Zod, and something about the way, and I've gone on record. I mean, I like the character of Daenerys more than I like Emilia Clarke's acting and performance. She's a movie star. She was in Terminator. I know that. Terminator Genesis. But
fuck that movie.
Yeah, great movie. But being in a scene with Peter Dinklage makes her act better. She's the best in scenes with Dinklage.
Because Tyrion and Peter Dinklage and the guy who plays Bran, they just make the other characters shine more. Bran makes Jaime Jaime's a little bit likable, but he makes Jaime more likable. Yeah. He makes Jaime more interesting. Same with Tyrion. Tyrion paired up with anybody. Tyrion paired up with Varys, with Dany, makes them shine more.
Yeah.
Dinklage raises everybody up.
Yeah, he really does.
Great point, Carmine. And he really ultimately makes Emilia Clarke that much better in the scenes, and connecting with her. It was the scene that they talked last season when they first met, was really one of my favorite scenes of season 5, and this is just exceptionally awesome stuff. Top end work by Peter Dinklage, and yes, Carmine and we were saying this both earlier. I think I also saw her give him the look like, wow, you're fucking hot. giving them the Tyrion, you're fucking hot look a couple of times, but maybe it's my imagination.
I really liked the banter between them. It was a moment of more than just queen and servant or hand or whatever you want to call him to her or her to him. It actually felt like a moment of friendship.
Intimacy.
Of real intimacy, of sharing.
Well said, Joe and Katie. So here we go. At any point Joe says, I'm just gonna say Joe and Katie to attribute point to. So
it's probably from her anyway. Yeah, exactly.
Well, hold on a minute. If she made him Hand of the King, who takes over House Lannister? Because no way Jaime and Cersei are fucking surviving till the end.
Jaime is because he's gonna answer the call of the Queen, show up at the gates of King's Landing, and take it for Dany, just like his father did for Baratheons and Starks.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And so our next bitch queen in the back.
Let's all get happy in our next scene. As here we go, and almost I have to say again to get down and lick Carmine's kneecaps here for a second. Carmine almost called what Arya said here, word for word, and how he wanted to see this scene play out.
Yo, I was waiting for her to say the North remembers or something like that. Yeah. I was fucking waiting for it. And I called it a while ago.
You almost got it exactly right.
I called it before that Spanish douchebag with the leaks called it. Called it way before, because that asshole's been spoiling shit all season. I called it way before that motherfucker. And I called the fucking Battle of Bastards title back in October 2015. What's up? Carmine, drop mic.
Carmine, 2017.
Mic drop, Carmine.
So this is probably the best scene ever on Game of Thrones. As Arya comes in, she feeds Walda Frey, his own sons. Where are my sons? Oh, they're right here. No, where are they? No, they're right here. No, where are they? No, right here.
There.
You see this drink right here? You've been fucking eating them, you piece of shit.
Was that Euron?
My name is Arya fucking Stark, and I want the last fucking bullshit for you to see in your fucking miserable piss-ass bullshit life to be my smirking piece-of-ass face. Look at me. Look at me while you die, fucker. And Walda Frey dies. Here it is.
I want you to know that the last thing you're ever going to see is a Stark smiling down at you as you die.
Bitch! Die! Die! And then she dies. And then he dies.
Ah, man. Now that he's dead, who the fuck is gonna, clean the halls of Hogwarts now? What a... who's gonna kill the Strigoi and the strain? Who's gonna do all this?
Harry Potter! So our next thing that we get into, I'm going to just zip through the rest of the episode, then we're going to get to the calls. If you are on hold right now, make sure you stay there, 914-205-5689. We're going to try to get to as many of the calls as we can. Just going to zip through the rest of this episode here. So Littlefinger and Sansa are by the tree. We already talked all about this. He goes, "You're pretty. Can I touch you?" She goes, "No." And he goes, well, Jon, everyone wants Jon to be the king, and you're nothing, Sansa. And again, I love Sansa in this episode. I liked how strong she seemed. I like how confident she was in apparently not falling for the shit Littlefinger was saying, because she seemed just as happy as everyone else in that room that Jon was getting the support as King of the North. She was giving him the respect he deserved by saying, I think you should be it. Joe's shaking his head. No, Joe, I'm going over to you.
I didn't think so at first. I really didn't think so. There was a few moments when the first few Kings of the North went off. She didn't look all that happy about it. Neither did Jon. I'm not saying Jon did either, but she didn't look all that happy about it. But by the time it finished up, she was smiling at him until she looked over at Baelish, and then the smile fell from her face. But at first, I was like, oh, wait, she doesn't seem that happy for him, especially after he was like, you can have Winterfell is yours and all that shit, and now all of a sudden he's King of the North. But then when she smiled, I was like, okay. But at first, I was like...
Now, go over to this Littlefinger and Sansa scene. Carmine, were you saying that this is your least favorite scene of the episode?
It's not my least favorite. I don't have a least favorite, believe it or not. But it makes no sense. Like, yo, Peter Baelish, what the fuck you doing? Declaring for... Like he said, I'm declaring, I made it, everybody know this, I'm declaring Knights of the Vale for alliance with the Starks. But why would you do that unless your plan with Sansa goes through? Makes no sense. Like, he did that way before anything was set in stone. So
he did that just by showing up at the battle, though.
He didn't. Nobody has to know that, but I mean, he declared his support for the Starks way before anything was set in stone, and he kind of fucked himself. And that doesn't seem like the Peter Baelish from the books, who was more calculating and more, sinister. Minus the sex offender mustache.
Just to go down that route, you can have sex with somebody by the candlelit of dark and never tell anybody that you're having it and not admit it's your girlfriend.
Well, when the Knights of the Vale show up, though, that's everybody sees that. All the other houses are going to know.
Dead. Everyone's ultimately dead because most of the people were supporting the other side. So only the people in that room at the end really know about it that are all talking about. Yeah, it's a good amount of people, Joe. You are definitely correct. I guess Littlefinger could have helped out and then not declared for the Starks. He basically said I fucked. I was just gonna say real people's names. I fucked this girl, like one of our co-hosts. I did this girl.
It's not just that everybody in that room knows. There's also 40,000 Vale soldiers that know.
Yeah.
There's also the entire Vale who knows that the Vale soldiers aren't in the Vale because they've all gone off somewhere.
No,
definitely. You don't get past the twins without the Frey's permission.
Freys are dead now, Joe. They don't fucking matter. Who's gonna run the twins now? Oh, Walda's got enough kids. So we get Sansa in the snow. It's a good shot. Our next shot that we get into is Benjen and Meera and Bran. Let's listen to this for a second. Benjen, Meera, Bran, what do you got to say?
Carved into his foundation.
I can't go. My contract only extends to the end of season 6. I can't get past the wall.
He'll come back in season 8.
Yeah, come back in season 8 for one quick moment and lose some weight because you're looking kind of heavy, Benjen. Sorry. Benjen's eating a few too many donuts on his Game of Thrones salad. No, I'm kidding. So we eventually get into the flashback of the Tower of Joy. Bran climbs over to a tree, touches a tree, jumps in the tree. Lyanna's we're back at the Tower of Joy the moment that Bran got taken out before. So Lyanna's in the bed. She's happy to see Ned. Is that really you? She's in a bed of blood. It's not a dream. Is that really you? No, not a dream. I'm still here, Ned. Ned, talk to me, Ned. I need to know. Tell him, Ned. Lyanna.
Is that you?
I starred in How I Met Your Mother and Harold and Kumar Goes to White Castle. And it's a good scene. I mean, I like that we found the information out. I have a personal... This is very, very personal. I just have trouble buying anyone else's Ned Stark besides Sean Bean, but that's just my own issue. This Doogie guy's doing a good job. He's not doing an awful job. I thought he was better in this episode than he was in the last episode, but it's just hard for me to buy. The actress that they played Lyanna was fine. I thought the scene was really well done. It wasn't my favorite of the episode, but I'm glad that we got verification of this because it goes right from the baby to fade to Jon Snow.
Yes.
So, which is enough, is all we need.
And like I said, they're not gonna fully tell you to your face, hey, by the way, he's They're just gonna, do a nice little. The audience will know. They won't straight up tell you to your face, Jon is a Targaryen. They will just show you the baby and then his face. So.
Yeah. And
I like that they do that.
I was just saying that, Carmen. I like how.
Her say, what is it? She says something about if they will kill the baby.
Yeah, make sure you protect them.
She doesn't whisper so low for a moment.
But you also still don't know whether or not she was taken and raped or
true.
eloped with him.
True. This is all about the child. We still don't know if she was a willing partner.
We don't.
Impregnated.
We still don't. It's talked about a little bit between Baelish and Sansa. And they even showed it at the preview for the beginning of this episode, Remember When's, and he says she went off with Rhaegar, and Sansa says and raped her and killed her or whatever. So it's still the question
this doesn't confirm anything either way.
On conception,
she can love the child even if it was a product.
True, she can love the child even if it was she got him through rape. But Lyanna, they say, is a lot like Arya. She's very tomboyish, so there's no way Rhaegar could walk right in there and just take her. She had to have gone willingly. Maybe met him outside the gates of Winterfell because she knows the area very well. She knows how to sneak outside, like Bran did in season 2. There's
she would die fighting it.
Yeah, she would die. She would not go willingly. She's very tomboyish. She knows how to use a sword. She knows how to ride a horse. So that's why people think that she willingly went with him because he went to Winterfell. How the fuck did he get in there to get her? So she probably came outside to meet up with him, and there you go.
And eloped with him.
Mm-hmm.
So our next scene that we get into is our pan out of Jon as we see him leading a night. We see him leading a meeting that's very similar to a scene that we saw with Robb earlier.
It's amazing.
This is the scene that got me like a little fucking baby cry.
I was so choked up.
I was so like, oh God, King of the North! You can almost hear in this recording. Let's play the recording. At the end of it, you can hear me yelling King of the North at the end. It's like ridiculous. You probably can't because it's.
We're invited, not by me. The free folk,
the
Northerners, and the Knights of the Vale fought bravely, fought together, and we won. My father used to say, we find our true friends on the battlefield.
You know who would be really happy for Jon right now? Robb.
The war is over.
He would be really happy for Jon.
Winter has come. If the Maesters are right, it'll be the coldest one in 1,000
years. So we get
a
back and forth between everybody. I really enjoyed this scene. This to me even meant more to me as a fan of the show and being someone that's a huge Jon Snow fan and not being to go down to relating to him as a bastard, understanding all of that, everything being actually accepted here and getting the verification of all the houses of the North, really supporting him. This was a really good moment for the Jon Snow arc and getting to this point. I just felt so good for him, and he really earned this with all. I mean, he doesn't always make the smartest decisions. He's a very emotional guy, but he's someone that's so loyal and really does care about the North and cares about the whole planet, or whatever. Cares about what's going on with the White Walkers. Understands the real. Oh shit! I gotta shut up. Lyanna Mormont's talking.
Oh.
And you, Lord Kerwin.
Call that pussy
Your
out.
father was skinned alive by Ramsay Bolton.
You fucking little asshole.
Still,
fuck you.
You refuse to
fuck
call
you.
it.
Listen to the tone she's saying. Fuck you. Fuck you too.
Oh, this girl is great.
Someone remembers.
Oh, good question. Sandy has. Can Jon legitimize himself now?
He just got legitimized.
That was kind of being legitimized. They all agreed in that room.
That's a legitimate question. Can he call himself Jon Stark now? I don't know. But whatever. Here we go. So she gives a good speech. And then this is a question I have, and people in live chat can tell me if anyone's looked in the IMDb page or anything like that. Was it supposed to be Waymond Manderley? Was this supposed to be Lord Too Fat to Sit on a Horse? I don't know. Or is it just a random Manderley number 3 here? I don't know. I think it was supposed to be random Manderley number 3, but I like that we at least got to them. I think all of us said this. They kept mentioning the Manderleys. We had to see them at one point.
I didn't think we'd find another king in my lifetime.
Someone in the live chat says Tom says he wasn't fat enough.
For nothing.
I now support House Mormont. Someone says yes. Red shirt. It was red shirt Manderley. Oh my God, Phil, you're playing the scene. I get choked up again. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll shut it off. So it's a really emotional scene that ultimately ends up with King of the North, King of the North, King of the North, and it is, again, it's really fucking emotional.
Mm.
So our next scene that we see, I just want to kind of zip through the rest of this here. We're almost done with our recap. Then we see Jaime at King's Landing. We see Cersei being led in as the queen of King's Landing there, and she's just looking evil as fuck as she looks over to Jaime. To me, Jaime looks... this has been analyzed, and we got into this a little bit, but to me, Jaime's like, shit. What did she fucking do? Because he gets that reaction when he sees Bran, when he's with Bronn, and they see the exploded King's Landing.
Yep.
Then we go to a Greyjoy ship, and Theon and Yara. I'm sorry.
Yasha.
Probably the coolest looking ship that I've ever seen in my life, with the dragon fucking front of it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see all the Unsullied, the Dothraki. We see the dragons flying overhead in the water. Dragons are playing in water because it's fun. Families that fly together, kill together. Then we see Annie with Varys behind her, and holy shit, I wanted to hear them talk, but it was okay. Missandei's there too. We see Grey Worm, Ragnar Lothbrok is there, and Floki, and
all the sigils.
And all the sigils.
All those sigils.
And Swoon and Screech. And that is the end of our episode, everybody. My favorite season finale. Not a season not a moment I disliked. Not a moment wasted. These past 2 episodes have been, to me, yeah, we can look at The Door. The Door was excellent. I watched it again today. Watched the whole season leading up. That being said, these last 2 episodes of Game of Thrones is Game of Thrones at its fucking best. So here we go. This is your last opportunity. We're going to get to the phone calls, clear the phone decks, and then if anyone left voicemails or comments or questions, Joe and I will handle it on our feedback show on Thursday and wrap a nice little bow around this season. And then we're going to get into some of our Season 3 rewatches and lots of other Game of Thrones shit. And you guys can also look forward to Carmine's review in the next couple of days, too. So let's take a couple of phone calls. Here is area code 985. Area code 985. What's going on?
Hey, Phil, Kitty, Carmine.
What's going on, buddy?
This is Draven from down south.
Hey, Draven. What's up, buddy?
Oh, nothing much. I love the show. I loved everything that happened. I got a quick question and a point, if you don't mind.
I love it. Do it.
I've been thinking about the entire time.
Dude, you asked for so much, man. Why are you asking for so much?
And I was watching the shows and stuff, and I noticed that Podrick has been at every season since season 2. And he's moving around and making friends and learning from everybody. And I'm kind of feeling with him and Bran that he's kind of getting the dunk and egg story. So I'm kind of wondering, if he's introduced with Varys, could he be a bastard of Robb, the original king? Could he be Baratheon and not realize it? Because he's kind of beating everybody and learning everything and seeing the whole world. No,
very interesting question. I don't think so. I think he's probably just what he appears to be. But I think that's a interesting point and good way of looking at it and fun. Any of you guys have any take on that, or go to the next call?
Black hair.
Yeah, the seed is strong. The seed is strong. So area code 715. 715. What's up?
I'm on. Hey.
Hey. What's going on?
Not much. Just chilling out.
Great to hear from you.
So that scene at the end with what's his name, Varys? Was that symbolic, or how did he get there back from Marine? Back to Marine.
I think Joe pointed this out earlier, and I think he made a good point. Of all the shit that we've been giving episodes this season for time travel and how people get from point A to point B, I think they made it seem in this episode. I give them shit when they yada yada and they make it seem really easy and whatever. I feel like this episode did what the other episodes didn't, and it made it actually seem like time had passed. the way they shot it, the way it would take Daenerys a lot of time to build that dragon ship and to get everything organized and all of that, so it makes sense that it took some time to get their shit together, and it gave Varys enough time to go to Dorne on a mission and come and go back and forth. Hell,
they may have just picked him up in Dorne.
And one of the things we see when that shot is coming out and we see all the ships is we see Dornish sigils on some of those sails. We also see, of course, the Greyjoy sigils and Targaryen sigils, but all the fleets are together. And time's passed, and he, got on a ship as soon as the meeting was done and went back towards his queen.
Yep.
Could be a fast ship too.
So let's get into area code 732. Area code 732. You are on the air. What's up?
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing awesome. How about
Sam from New Jersey?
Hey Sam.
I just wanted to first say it was a pleasure, just watching you guys throughout the whole season. You guys have to continue doing videos because you guys do a really good job.
Thank you so much. So much, Justin. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, you guys are the best. But I don't know if you guys touched upon this earlier on regarding Sansa. I just had a theory about her. I don't know if you can recall in season 1 of Game of Thrones when Ned and Arya were talking, and I believe Arya first introduced Needle to Ned, and he said, I believe he said, don't try not to stick your sister with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something to that effect.
Something along those lines. And I just have a feeling, based off this episode, that Sansa's really manipulated by Peter. So I just feel like she might go rogue, and Arya potentially might even kill her. So I just wanted to hear about that theory.
I don't know if I would go that far with it, but it's a very interesting theory. Any of you guys have a take on that?
That's a nice tie back from the early season. Oi.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he say? He said Arya's going to kill Sansa?
Yeah.
And Arya might have to kill Sansa.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think he just said that just, because Arya and Sansa at the time were just douchebags to each other.
Yeah.
But no, Sansa will kill Baelish. That's in there already. The Hound or Cersei will try to fucking send a letter to Sansa or Jon and let them know that Peter is a cunt, and one of them will kill. One of them will kill Peter. I guarantee you that.
He's a cunt.
He's a fucking cunt. This is area code 989. What's going on, 989?
Oh, hey guys, it's Bill again. I was just calling. I kind of want to mention something. It kind of goes back to the Arya scene when she kills Walder Frey.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many people know this, but that chapter when the Frey Kai and the North remembers with Wyman Manderley on the WoW Wiki, or the Song of Ice and Fire Wiki or whatever it is, that's the most popular chapter in a poll amongst readers on that site. And so I think that they really tried to get as much of the spirit of that scene into this episode as they could. But the one thing that they missed, that every time I'm re-listening to the series on audiobooks, and every time I get to this scene or I read it, I can't help but stop and laugh. It's when they find Big Walder, one of the boys being fostered at Winterfell, who then goes to the Dreadfort with Ramsay when he takes over, and they kind of become these sadistic fucks, part of Ramsay's entourage. Well, during the feast at Winterfell with Ramsay and fake Arya, when they get married, Big Walder ends up dead. And they bring the news into the feast that he's been found dead, and Wyman Manderley says, perhaps it's a blessing. Had he lived, he'd have grown up to be a Frey. And that makes me laugh every fucking time I read it. And it's also,
love it, Bill.
I wanted to kind of, when I originally called, you guys were talking about how the Night King is going to get through the wall and how that ties in with the mark on Bran. And I don't know how many people really caught this. And at the time, it's in the door when the Night King shows up. He kneels down and he touches the ice, and it sends that crack up, and it just seemingly doesn't do anything. I think that's the Night King somehow breaking the barrier, because that mark is inside. He can use some spell to break that barrier, so I think he'll do something similar to the wall. Bran will be on the other side, and now he can somehow use that magic. Because at the time, it's like, what you doing? Is he collapsing the tunnel? It doesn't seem to do anything. But I think he's breaking that magical barrier at that point. So that's all I want to comment. I don't know what you guys think, so I'll hang up, let you go.
Good stuff, Bill. I think you definitely might be on something. I think that's probably how he's going to break a hole in the wall somehow, using that. They didn't show us that skill he has to not have that, I think, be used and take at least blowing a hole in the wall for the White Walkers to go through. Yeah. So area code 502. 502, what's going on?
Hey, is that me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, that's you. We can hear you. What's going on, caller?
Awesome, cool. I wanted to know that you guys may have covered this before I got through. I wanted to know, do you guys think that Arya managed to somehow steal a face from the Faceless Men, or did she just kill some innocent chick to go in and parade around?
Good question right there. I assume she just killed some innocent chick, killed Walda Frey, killed someone associated with the phrase, killed a random hooker number 3, something like that. But Walda did say he didn't recognize the face, so it could have been some random person that she grabbed a face on her way out. She's like, Jakinagar, I'm Arya Stark from Winterfell, and I'm going home. And I'm taking a face.
And this is mine.
Yeah, and this is mine.
Doesn't she have to take? Isn't it like a life for a life? So she had to kill someone to kill Frey.
Huh.
I don't think she gives a shit about that. No, I don't think she gives
lives
a shit
before.
about that.
I take 2 lives, and then I take 2 more.
Yay!
Okay, Borat. So here we go. We go over to area code 256. 256. What's going on?
Okay.
I've never seen Borat.
What's going on, caller? What's up?
Hey, man, this is Tommy Carcetti. I just moved down south here in Alabama. And I just wanted to point out, well, first of all, us in the South, we want to see more incest scenes. Bill, I'd like to give you my urinalysis.
His urinalysis.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, you're killing me, man.
I'm sure Carmine, I don't know if he's still there, but I'm sure Carmine has realized a few of these points. Number one, Dany hasn't had to borrow any money yet from the Iron Bank, has she?
No, not yet.
Okay. Number two, did anybody else notice that Lyanna Stark, not a hottie?
Yo, right, dude? Thank you. I was talking to some guy. Thank you. Small boobies, the face is meh. Like, fake Sansa still hot titties. I will argue that to the death. But, yeah, like, come on. Like, supposedly, she's not as hot as Cersei, but she's, like, up there. But, nah, she's, like, bottom.
Carmine, I can bang that chick, okay?
Dude, get out of here. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You'd fuck that? I wouldn't fuck her with your cock. Come on, stop it. She ain't that hot.
That'd be
I'm just saying I could. I mean, it would be actually possible. But anyway, number three, a question for you guys. Are Davos and Mel the only ones that know that Gendry has Baratheon blood?
Good question. I'm pretty sure they're in great call, buddy. Great fucking call. Up against it, gonna try to zip through those last calls. I think that they are. I think that no one else really actually knows that. And let's go to our next call. This is area code 951. Area code 951. What's going on?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, caller? What's up?
I just felt like with Dany's breakup with Dario and had to marry her to somebody with the right name, and Varys happens to know everything, it kind of feels like they're foreshadowing that they're going to have Jon be Aegon, and that he's going to take Dany as a sister wife or an aunt wife or something to that regard.
Very, very interesting. I don't necessarily agree with you, but I think that's pretty fucking cool. Area code 514. Katie likes that one. Katie likes that one a lot.
Right.
Area code 514. What's going on, caller?
Yeah, Phil, it's Drew from Montreal calling back.
Hey, Drew.
Listen, quick question. Regarding that scene that we saw that part there between, or that look between Littlefinger and Sansa during the King of the North moment, right? Now, knowing Peter Baelish's gameplay is like 3-tier chess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it really safe to assume that he's shown his hand to Sansa, saying, you know, he wants to be, you know, on the Iron Throne, have her by his side? Now, thinking back, Sansa's always been, up until, you know, all the bullshit, you know, with you know, being thrown around with Joffrey and Ramsay and all the rest of it. She initially just wanted to be the queen, right? That's what she wanted to do, and I'm thinking it's safe to assume that Peter knows this, so he could be actually playing, you know, into that.
Yeah, I think you're great point. I mentioned this a little bit earlier. I definitely think it would. That scene, Carmine was talking about this a lot earlier, that Littlefinger offering up what he wants there so directly. That's not Littlefinger. He could be playing a game on her. I mean, we might be giving them a little bit more credit in the scene, that we're adding our own fan mystery to it, and extra. Littlefinger's actually playing her, trying to play him. But it might be obvious as it seems that it's just simple that Littlefinger was being dumb in that moment and Sansa was taking advantage of it. But I would like to believe what the caller just said, that Littlefinger's playing a bigger game and told her what he knew she wanted to hear in that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of faith in Littlefinger's game. So I'm hoping that it's not as simple as he's getting blinded by pussy here, because it just wouldn't make sense. Because it just wouldn't make sense to me, because ultimately Kat is his, like, she's only indirectly his
dream woman.
His dream woman. Kat's actually his dream
Well,
woman.
if you think about it, in her letter, which was decoded when she sent it out, she said he would be rewarded. And where's his fucking reward? The only way Sansa can get out of this reward is if she tries to play Robin. Because Robin is the one who really leads. I don't know what Littlefinger thinks he's doing by saying, I've declared for the Starks. Like, dude, he didn't declare for shit. I mean, as much as I like Littlefinger, he's making way too many mistakes here. You don't control the Vale. Robin does. And Littlefinger controls Robin. But if Sansa can come in and control Robin, she plays him at his own game. Therefore, Littlefinger, I mean, that's why it's dumb for him to just come out and say all this shit out of nowhere. You know, he wants his reward. He wants that fire crotch. I get it, but you got to do a better job than that.
Yeah, he made a huge gamble by bringing the Vale forces there, because everybody knows he's tied and he's the foster father for this kid. And so by bringing the Vale forces there, I think is what he's referring to as, I've come out for the Starks. And by that, this gamble has gone out. You know, she said she'd reward him or whatever, but ultimately this gamble is out there. He's rolled the dice, and now he's trying to push, trying to make that gamble work out. I absolutely see it, Carmine. I'm with you 100%.
So here is area code 414. Area code 414. What's going on, caller?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. What's going on?
First of all, I just got something to say before I ask you guys questions. First of all, I love the good guys. I love the Starks, and that's why I love you guys. You guys are the best.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Second of all, I'm going to be completely off base, but I got the impression that Tyrion is in love with Daenerys. He said that what's his name? The dude she jumped.
Dario.
Sorry, he said he won't be the first dude to love you, and he won't be the last. And I got the impression in their conversation that he just loves her. And am I completely off base with that?
Good call. I don't think you're completely off base with that. I feel it too. What do you guys think?
I don't think he doesn't love her like I want to get into you. I think he just loves her like as in like she's a ruler he can believe in, and he even said that. But I do see what the caller is coming from. Like it was a little like it's almost kind of scumbaggy for Tyrion to say we can't take Dario with us, so I can have you for myself. Like it's kind of douchey and scumbaggy. But I don't think Tyrion's that much of a scumbag to do that. Like try to get Dario out of the way just to do that. That's fuck. Damn, you're savage. Tyrion savage.
This is area code 469. We're just going to sort of do lightning round and try to get through all the rest of the calls before we call it an evening here. Area code 469. What's going on?
Hey guys, I just wanted to add one last point. I've been calling a lot tonight. It's because I missed most of the previous shows.
All good.
But to give a devil's defense of Varys, the teleporter, the spider, leave for a trip a couple episodes ago. And so then he goes to Dorne, and we're assuming that that's not the longest journey in the world. And then he gets to Dorne. And then we saw Olenna leave last episode. So I think that one thing that's really what set everybody's teeth on it is that we saw all this transport in one episode. We saw Varys in one place, and then another place, and then another place. But I think the mistake that some people make while viewing it, and it's like a mental gymnastic that you kind of have to get over, is that you're at the same point in time on all the timelines. I think that they're not necessarily synced up perfectly, and so what we could be seeing of Dany is like 2 months in the future after everything's been set up, because you can't mount a massive sea voyage with 100,000 blood riders on a whim right after you've had a major battle in your
right. No, he's right.
So I think there's ways to justify it, and I just want to get my thoughts on that.
That's a really good point. Says
well, Vikings is the worst fucking television to do this. Like in Vikings, you have one scene where Ragnar's just defeated after fighting his brother, and then we cut to fucking like his kids are all grown up. Like what the fuck just happened here? What the fuck just happened?
Later,
can't you just put maybe this might not even be in the budget, but can't you just put like a font on screen that says 10 years later? Like, God damn! I hate when they do that.
We're gonna dip through the last calls here, so everybody get ready.
We could have had a montage.
We're gonna do a montage with the calls here. This is from area code 966. 966 montage.
Yeah, gotta have.
Hi, Phil. Is this Phil?
Yeah, this is Phil. You were on the air. What's going on?
Oh yeah, hey Phil, how you doing, bud?
Doing great. How about you, buddy?
Well, thank you. I'm actually calling you from Dubai, so I don't usually get to catch the show because of the time difference.
Dude, but, awesome.
Today I made an exception.
Toast.
Cheers, man. Awesome.
Cheers.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, and I can hear you. What you got, buddy?
All right, yeah. So actually, I had a quick question. Going back to the Frey scene, I just wanted to know, was when Arya was walking on, was she like trying to seduce Jaime and try to get him alone and take him out as a bonus target, or was just Walda Frey the initial target?
Great call, and thank you so much for calling us from Dubai. Lots of love to you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right,
I'll save your phone bill here. I think she was just having fun in the moment and kind of playing into it and kind of fucking with Jaime, just kind of playing her mental mind games on him in that moment is how I read that.
I don't think that was Arya. I think that was just the girl, and then Arya comes in and kills that girl and just.
Yeah, that's what you and Joe were saying. That's what it actually makes a lot of sense.
What I originally thinking is I thought that was Arya because once again that fucking girl looks like Maisie Williams, and I thought she put poison in the fucking the jar of wine and she was just pouring it for everybody. So when I saw Bran take a sip, I'm like, oh, he's gone. But that would have been. Yeah, because if that was Arya, why didn't she just poison everybody's fucking drinks? Yep. She has the poison. Remember when what's his face? Fucking Jaqen gave her the poison. I don't think she used all of it, did she?
No, she didn't. She definitely.
Okay. So she could have definitely filled that jug up with poison and killed all of them right then and there. That's why I don't think it was Arya.
And she's had to have taken a poison-making class at the Temple of the Unfaceless Men.
Sure. That's your prerequisite for face shifting. So you need to.
There's got to be poison 101, stabbing 101, blind staff work 101,
attack against the dark arts,
face removal 101, body cleaning 101.
Dark arts.
Area code 985. You're on the air. What's going on, 985?
Hey guys, it's David again. I had a quick question. I just don't know what the callers. I don't think it's so much like a love triangle with like Dany, Dario, and Tyrion as so much as Tyrion's like the hot college teacher and she's like the young sophomore student. And he's just walking his way into her heart without realizing it. He's suave and intelligent. And
well said.
He fell down on one knee for her. Yeah.
I am so okay with them two getting together, or with Tyrion getting back to Sansa.
He holds the jukebox outside her window, all that stuff.
He's still married. He's still married to Sansa. Why wouldn't he still be married to Sansa? They didn't get divorced, did they?
No.
She took off and he took off. They both took off.
It's never consummated, Joe. Area code 917. You're on the air. 917.
There's nobody left at the Sept to do it.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's going on?
So I disagree with Peter being conniving. I feel like he's just doing it for the fire crotch. That's what he did everything for.
He did it all for the nookie.
Everybody for.
Peter wants that Sansa and chill. That's what someone in the comments said.
Yeah, great call, buddy.
Who
Yeah,
said that in the comment section? Someone said
I
that.
saw that earlier.
He wants to just Sansa and chill. I like that.
Sansa and chill.
So we got 4 more calls we're going to take, Harry. This is 850, area code 850. What's going on, caller?
Hey, how are you guys? This is Jay calling from Tampa, Florida.
Welcome, Jay from Tampa. What you got, buddy? Great to hear from you.
Great. Yeah, I have 2 quick questions, one for myself and one for my girlfriend really quick. The first one was simply, do you guys think Jon Snow and Daenerys are going to end up getting together and using their forces together to take down the White Walkers?
I think that they're probably going to... I personally think Daenerys is going to end up being the villain in the White Walk, and Jon's going to have to work with the White Walkers to take that crazy.
Oh my goodness!
Stop it, Phil! Stop it! That's way too much of a good twist. The television shows don't.
Dude, take that tinfoil off.
I'm looking at the papers here, Phil. It's not in the budget. Come on, stop it. What's the matter with you?
Fair enough, guys. Not in the budget. And caller, what was your second question?
Okay, yeah, my second question,
you assholes.
Judging from the last Battle of the Bastards, where Jon Snow is getting just so lucky with this, left and right, where like things not hurting him at all. Like, I was gonna ask, do you guys think he's the Lord of Light?
Let's go over to Carmine. Is Jon Snow Azor Ahai, Carmine?
No, he is
divinely protected.
He's been Jesus the entire fucking show. No, it's just the reason. What you have to understand here is the reason those arrows didn't hit him is because
he's a good
plot
dancer.
armor. No, plot armor. It's plot armor. When you have plot armor on, you can either die from a ladybug just landing on you, or it takes multiple arrows and that still doesn't kill you. Plot armor.
And not everybody dies from the arrows. Not everybody gets hit by the arrows, and sometimes you're just lucky as a motherfucker.
He had the right moves. Come on,
everybody got hit by an arrow, but there's one. I've actually seen that episode multiple times. I love that one scene when everybody's like, "Go, follow your commander," and he's in there. And there's one scene where he gets on, he fucking covers his head, and he's on the ground, and every single arrow just hits everything but
they
him.
outline him.
What the fuck? It's like a cartoon. It just aligns right where he is.
Yep, everything comes together for him. He's getting torn down upon by a couple of horses that get taken out in different ways. A guy's about to hit him with an axe, and a horse runs that guy over.
Someone in the live chat says Jon has Jar Jar Binks armor on. Oh my god.
There you go.
Oh.
There's one part, and Jon even gets the guy killed because his armor has this force field where when arrows come at it, they go to someone else. There's one guy he's fighting with, and Jon grabs the guy. He's like, "Send more!" And the guy gets his ass kicked. So it's plot armor. That's why Jon didn't get his ass kicked. It's plot armor.
And they said he wasn't going to get his ass kicked right before the battle. He's talking to Melly, and Melly's like, "Dude, the God wants you alive. Don't worry about it." And then
You're fine.
See?
Nothing's gonna happen.
Told you, Jon.
Let's go to we got 3 more calls to get to before we call it an evening. Here is, and I'm so happy to thank you to everyone that's calling in tonight, and we're glad to be able to hit up all the phone calls. You guys are fucking awesome. It's the season finale. I want to make sure I get to every single call. Area code 631. You are on the air, 631.
You say that, they're never going to stop calling.
What's going on, buddy? How are you?
I'm actually, I watched your show the last 2 weeks. I'm a big fan of Carmine's, so I'm surprised to see him on there, but I'm a fan of all you guys. But, this season was really I was kind of down on it, and then these last 2 episodes, man, they really just fucking kicked ass.
Dude, they really
yeah. I think it made up for the whole slow, and it wasn't that it was slow, just certain things bothered me as a book reader, I don't think I did a lot more, but these last 2 episodes, man, they made up for it.
You know what they really did in the sense of last season? I look at last season. Last season was my least favorite season of Game of Thrones. But you get to that hard home episode, and you're like, holy shit! This season can suck, but this episode fucking kicks ass. And again, same director that worked on these 2 episodes. I just feel like he has a good finger on what makes awesome Game of Thrones, and it really works every time he sort of does stuff. I don't want to throw too much credit onto his shoulders, but some of my 3 favorite episodes of Game of Thrones in the last couple of years are all directed by the same guy.
I hope Vikings picks him up.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, totally. These last 2 episodes, Caller, really did set the bar.
Well, yeah, they made up for because episodes 7 and 8 were just so yeah. So it's just they did make up for it.
Wait. Hold the Door was one of those 2 episodes. I gotta say that was the saddest episode of
3 episodes of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Hold the Door was an exceptional episode, Joe, and I know that moment was so intense for you. It was like one of the saddest television moments of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was profound.
So and that was really awesome. I feel like the season was on a really good trajectory up to the Hold the Door point, and then after that they had a tough time in those next couple of episodes, really hitting the same kind of emotional level that they hit in that Hold the Door episode. It was almost they were a victim of how cool they made it and how awesome they made it in that episode. That they didn't really get to it again and reach those peaks again until we got to these last 2 episodes. Yeah. These last 2 episodes are just, to me, at the time looking at it, I would say Hold the Door. But even now, looking at the whole season as a whole, these 2 episodes were like the best episodes of the season for me.
Oh, Hodor was 5. Huh.
In Hodor, yeah, that was all the way back in 5.
Oh, so wow. It still seems like it was like last week or some shit. Like
I think our next caller that we got is our good friend Taka. What's up, Taka? What's up, buddy?
Taka.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Great show.
No.
Unbelievable season.
You know, our show isn't as good as your call, dude. I love your call. Your call is fucking awesome. It's a great call.
Oh, I love you.
I love you.
Long time, first time. Whatever. Everybody seems to be covering
Fuck you, caller.
Fuck
you, caller. Sorry, no, keep going.
He's in his cups, caller. He's in his cups.
Yeah. Everybody's covering the same exact questions that I wanted to bring up, but I thought of one particular one. Do you think that now that Jon has banished Melisandre to the south, do you think his luck is going to change? Do you believe that him avoiding the arrows and everything that's led up to right before then has been thanks to the Lord of Light?
Good question, Colin. I'll bring this around if Joe and Katie have taken this. I think Melisandre isn't the only force that can control the Lord of Light. I think the Lord of Light won Jon back. They didn't need Melisandre to do it. I think Melisandre's just sort of I think Jon can still get the power, so to speak, without her specifically. So I don't know what you guys
I think she was just the conduit through which he was brought back to life, but I don't think she needs to be there for him to continue to have whatever enchantment he may have, if any.
And if Melisandre's on her way south, it's only because the Lord of Light wants it that way.
Yeah, they wanted it that way. Wanted her with the Hound. So here we go. I think this is Jay. Let's take Jay here. This is from area code 202. What's going on, buddy?
Couple things.
Do it.
On the last topic, what was that very last topic you guys were talking about?
Dude, we're a bunch of stoners and drunks, and then Carmine's straight edge, but he probably doesn't remember. I'm not quite sure.
Wait, what the fuck did you call me, straight edge?
Yeah, I called you straight edge.
Okay.
And I was Carmine. Do you think that the Valancourt prophecy could be more loosely like a loose prophecy? Whereas, like, instead of Jaime or Tyrion killing Dany directly, like, they somehow arrange events for it to happen, like Arya wearing the face of someone that happens to be a little brother to someone else, like, in general or whatever, and it's not actually going to be Tyrion or Jaime that kill Cersei directly.
What do you think about that?
So what you're saying is you think Arya's going to kill Cersei wearing the face of another little brother, maybe Tommen or someone else, right?
Oh.
Yes,
or
I
Jaime.
think
Wearing Jaime's face.
Or wearing Jaime's mask. Or
to be honest, I really think it's going to be. I in my heart of hearts believe that it's Jaime going to be killing her because it would be so poetic, so Shakespearean to have that tragedy go down. Absolutely. And it's just fucking destined. But we could have Arya taking out Cersei. That would also be very good. She can't wear Tommen's face because that's busted. I don't know whose face she would wear, but
dig it out of the ashes.
she could maybe she could she could take one of Qyburn's little birds and be a very tall little bird. 'Cause I know you can change your faces, not your height. So
She could be Big Bird. Yeah, she could be Big Bird or something like
bird.
that. So our
Don't
last
expect Big Bird.
Our last caller of the evening. This is area code 619. Finish it off for us, 619. What's going on tonight?
Finish us off.
Yeah, finish us off.
This is
Reach
a
out.
happy ending.
Hey, what's going on? You're on the air.
Oh my.
Hey, this is Hussein calling from Kuwait.
Great to hear. Oh, wow.
What's up, guys?
Welcome, buddy.
International.
Thank you. I want to thank you all guys for this awesome show. And before I ask my question, I want to say that Raymond Djawadi's soundtrack this episode, and particularly the music that was playing during the very first scene, was beautiful.
Unbelievably beautiful.
What do you think about that?
I thought it was incredible. I thought the music is one of the big parts that helped this episode feel very flowing from scene to scene. I feel like the music, it really incredibly captivated you and brought you from section to section to this episode, almost without even thinking about it. It was done so well.
Oh, dude, especially the music in the final scene with all the ships. Oh my God, get out of here! That is just kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time.
This series has done an amazing job throughout its entire history with pairing music to the scenes in the movie.
Joe, you're absolutely right, but I do have to add that the last two episodes, part of what's made Battle of the Bastards and Winds of Winter two of the best episodes of Game of Thrones, I will say, is the music in these two episodes have been better than, I'd say even a step above anything else Game of Thrones has done before. Like, the music's almost like an opera, the way it focuses, every moment is a reflection of the music that's going on in the background.
I could say maybe the one exception would be the use of...
And now getting to my question, I'm sorry to interrupting you, Joe. Getting to my question.
I always interrupt Joe, it's fine.
It's good, it's good.
Daenerys Harris was predicted to be the Harpies leader by many during season 5 and 6.
Yep.
But he turned to be not.
Me included.
Having that said, and keeping in mind that he was left out of Dany's squad to Westeros, do you think that he might come back for revenge somehow? I can see his story to end at this point.
Now I'm going to send this one over to Carmine. Do you think that Daario could emerge again in some sort of antagonist role?
That's kind of a toss-up. I mean, he'd have no reason. They would really have to be overreaching really badly. I remember in True Blood how in one of the last seasons, one of the main female character and this other guy who'd been buddy-buddy throughout the entire time, he suddenly becomes the bad guy by slapping her out of nowhere. They would have to overreach really hard to make Daario the bad guy. But I thought he was the Harpy because who else could it have been? Who else?
He is.
I still think he is too.
And I think this is only going to further his push towards the betrayal of love.
Yeah.
Because
that's true. She hasn't experienced that. Well, no. Has she experienced that? I mean, because Jorah, I guess you could say.
She thought it was Jorah, but that all happened before the Prophet, before they got to Karth, where she met that chick. All that poisoning shit and betraying her with the letters to Baratheons, all that happened before Karth.
But
she didn't know about it.
Is it happening, or is it her knowing? Because then her heart breaks.
I still think the betrayal of love is going to be through Daario.
So let's play one last message. This is from The Walking David, who I think this is as The Walking David, not a voice. Let's see what David says to close us out tonight.
Okay, Phil, Joe, Katie, Crow, Carmine, whoever the fuck's watching. An episode, and I got a crazy fucking theory.
Uh-oh.
Hear me out.
No! Oh, so, okay.
Euron realizes that there are no fucking trees. He starts chipping away at the Iron Islands, chips off the biggest piece. He gets everybody a paddle, and they start paddling the entire fucking Iron Island to fucking Westeros. They're bringing the whole fucking Iron Island fleet to Westeros. This giant fucking rock. You can't sink a rock. Oh, wait. Yeah, you can. Okay, well, Have a great show. Walking David. Woo!
The Walking David, as always, closing things out. So everybody, now that we're ending things off, I have to say thank you to everyone that supported us. A special thanks to Carmine from Red Team Review and Devin from Atheism is Unstoppable for really sharing and bringing a lot of you guys in here to check us out this season. Carmine, it's been really awesome to be able to have you on some episodes this season. Hope you can join us next season as well. It's been a fucking great time having you, buddy, and you were fucking awesome. Thank you for all your support, and thank you for like all the love that you show our channel. Like I cannot say enough, buddy.
Thank you, Carl.
So everybody, and mainly too, I need to go to the live motherfucking chat. You guys have been unfucking real this season. The support that you guys in the live motherfucking chat have shown is unfucking believable and super incredible. I have to say thank you to all of you guys. Let me view these active users: Adam, Ario, Amy, Akin, Amy, Aubrey, Ben, Cell, Christina, Cyclone. Am I going to read 900 names? No, 800 names? No, I'm not. But all you guys are fucking so amazingly
thank you for coming.
If you haven't already, join us on Facebook, Friends of Phil, or Phil the Issues Guy on Facebook. You can join us on the Google Plus group of FOP. Find Joe over at Dirty Locks on Dirty Issues Gaming to watch some of his game streaming, all of that sort of crap. You can follow me on Twitter at IGetIssuesMan. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Red Team Review. You can check out Carmine's reviews, and his reviews should be coming out sometime in the next couple of days for this episode, and it's going to be real awesome. I cannot wait to see that. Huge thank you to all of you guys. If you want to find any more information about us, you can see in the description box below. If you want to support us on Patreon, make a PayPal donation, any of that sort of stuff. I'm so thankful for any of our people, and huge thank you to all of our friends. Gotta just bring this out right here. This is our name of all the people that have been supporting us on Patreon and all that stuff. The Hall of Fame of fucking awesome people here. Thank you to all of you guys that have helped us out this season and donated your time. A couple people have sent us some really cool stuff, sent Katie the Dragon to Warg into. You guys are fucking awesome. You can find all that details out in the description box below. This has really been an amazing season for us and getting to talk to all of you guys. And, yeah, enough of that happy horse shit. Let me get on my knees and lick all of your kneecaps. It tastes good.
After you're done, make sure you hit like and subscribe.
Yeah, and after you're done, hit the like and subscribe. Everyone, huge thank you to all of you guys. We will talk to you next time. Let me play.
Is this the first happy ending for Game of Thrones for a season?
Maybe, Joe. This is definitely the happiest ending that we've had for a long time.
No, the happy ending was season 3 when Dany's in the sea of brown people and they're all worshiping her. It's totally not racist. That scene was totally not racist, but that was the happiest scene. Happy music, happy everything.
Definitely not racist. Absolutely not racist. Amy, Craft Mama, Caitlin, Sam, The Walking David, Soiled Knight, all the people in the Discord group. You guys are freaking awesome. But everyone, have a good night. We will be back next season to talk more Game of Thrones, but we will be on all in the off season. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Talk to you guys next time. Joe and I will be on Thursday to do our recap show and get to all the voicemail and the text comments that you guys left. If you have any voicemails or texts you want to get in, 781-990-8509. Have a good night, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Thursday.
Peace.
I begin, my lords and ladies. I am Tyrion, son of Tywin, Clan Lannister.
I'm going to die. May as well be with a song in my heart.
Imp! Wolf. You should have stopped at imp.
Drinking and lust. No man can match me in these things. I'm a monster. Drinking and lust. That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Lord of Light wants his enemies burst.
There you have it.
The drowned god wants them drowned.
Nothing to worry about.
Why are all the gods such vicious cunts? Where's the god of tits and wine?
I drink. I'm a vile man. I drink. I confess it. I drink. I'm a vile man.
I know things.
I'm a great fighter. Lied and cheated, gambled and whored.
That's what I do.
I am the god of tits and wine.
What about the dwarf? Worthless. Chop off his cock.
Let's discuss this.
The dwarf's cock has magic powers.
Wait!
We find a cock merchant. We'll sell it for a fortune.
You can't just hand a dried cock to a merchant and expect him to pay for it. He has to know it came from a dwarf. And how could he know?
It'll be a dwarf-sized cock.
Guess again.
What do you want? Gold? Women?
I'm here to help.
Golden women?
Don't eat the help. Tits and wine.
Stick with me and you'll have them all.
We find a couplet.
Milked my heel into a pot of turtle stew. I flogged the one-eyed snake. I'm a monster. Skinned my sausage as well as a wolf. I made the bald man cry.
Imp.
I drink.
Imp.
I drink.
Imp.
And I know things.
Shagalax Axel.
I made the bald man cry. Into the turtle stew. Long, sullen silences and an occasional punch in the face. The Mormont way. I am the god of jits and wine. I drink, I touch, and I know things. Next time I have an idea like that, punch me in the face. The Mormont way.